Hello everyone, welcome back to another Tomato Sauce stream. Today is leak day, so we have a bunch of different skills to take a look at, quite a few rush, quite a few speed. There is quite a lot to go over that will probably take us quite a long time. If we have time afterwards, we will be doing a couple of ladder games, just because I like to just play a couple of ladder games, as well as get like the 3 daily wins for the event, because that's always just nice to do. Or 3 daily games, I suppose. We actually have to win, so that's something. If we do have time at the end, I don't know if we will. We will also be doing some more Reverse Masochist, because I was really enjoying that last time. And we did manage to get by with only 2 losses, but part of me is a little bit disappointed that we already have 2 losses. So, realistically, the biggest, like the worst loss we had so far was what, Miss Mutton plus Forest. Just a 2700 vanilla. We were just like, there is no possible way to defeat this overpowered creature. But other than that, having a great time with it so far, and I would like to continue. But first things first, let's see who we have in the chat. We have United for Eternity. Hello, everyone. Hello, Tomato. How are you all? I am doing great. Hello, United. Yeah, today has been quite good because although we're still kind of in heat wave in the UK, it's been very rainy today, so the temperature's been brought down a little bit. I don't actually have a fan on, which is very, very rare. So the fan might come on later on during the stream, but as for right now, it's completely fine temperature-wise, so I'm actually quite happy with that. We have Hikari in the chat. Hello, first, second. Hello, Hikari. Let's do a exclamation mark Hikari real quick. We've always got to make sure we shout out Hikari, who just had her birthday stream, where she did yet another tier list. That was extraordinarily subjective. I have a lot of thoughts, feelings, and opinions about Hikari's tier list. I think it shouldn't bother me as much as it does, but the annoying part about this goes for like all tier lists, but like specifically this one, I suppose, is when you're not quite sure what we're rating characters on, and it seems to change throughout the tier lists like being made. So like it starts out as like who's the best antagonist, and then being the best antagonist then becomes who's the most evil. But then just like characters that we like also just get rated up highly, and if it's like really cute boys, they also just get like bonus points. And it's just like this weird, like if it was just like one or the other, like, oh, the characters I like, they go at the top. Okay, that's fine, right? Or like, oh, the most evil characters. Okay, so like the characters that actively like, I don't know, kill people, they would go higher, right? But it was just like, it was like, we're going up, down, up, down, up, down. We're doing whatever we want. I mean, it's a subjective tier list, right? That's what a tier list fundamentally is, right? So you can't be like too like invested in it one way or another. But I was just like, so many characters that I love, so many characters that I absolutely love, just like got completely shafted, and it feels so bad. Like the Luke, bro, the Luke put in there is so sad. It's so sad. Like genuinely upset me. I like, you shouldn't let it get to you. You shouldn't let it get to you. But my boys deserve better. Asana never stood a chance. I knew that going in. I knew Asana never stood a chance. But I can still be sad. I can still be sad. But happy birthday for yesterday, Hikari. I hope you had a great day. We have Mono Sync in the chat with third. Welcome on Mono. Mono just did his second 40 card, no skill, no limit tournament. And it was really fun. Again, I think this is twice in a week. Oh, twice in a row. 2 weeks back to back that we have had these sort of events. They are exciting. I think the novelty of it wore off a little bit, but it's one of those ones where like the final made up for everything else, right? Because we got to see Draco's weird ass Gaia machine deck in the finals, and it was playing against just like standard baseball, like no gimmick in baseball. There was no secret order, there was no dragonic pressure. It was just baseball, and that was just really cool to see make it to the finals, and that made it like really exciting. I really did like it. What else we got here? We have Nijetti Ursus. Hello Nijetti Ursus. Welcome. We have a human Portuguese dub fan. Welcome. Love the OST. Yeah, I absolutely adore the both. Just it's anything Yu-Gi-Oh, to be honest. Anything that's Yu-Gi-Oh that has OST is amazing, right? Every Yu-Gi-Oh video game, amazing OST. All of the Yu-Gi-Oh shows, amazing OST. We have Sakadetsu here. You are not ready for it. Come, Spiral Phantasm Dragon. I actually did get a Spiral Phantasm Dragon today already So I'm actually quite happy about that. My Rush account got Spiral Phantasm Dragon, and my Speed account got Congrate. So I was like, this works out quite nicely. We have Neo X Noah. Welcome on in. Hello, everyone. I wish you all have a great day. Now, we wish you have a great day at Sakadetsu. No ladder today, sadly, in maintenance. What, is there literally no ladder? Are we not allowed to play ladder? What's going on? What does the maintenance mean? No ladder, PvP is in maintenance? No! What happens if I click the rush tool button? I know you guys can't see this. It's searching for a game. So, like, will it just not find a game? Like, how does that work? We have Dwan in the chat. Hello, Dwan. Congratulations on the 3 streak. Reverse Masochist. Yeah, I really like Reverse Masochist. I want to get back into it. Who else do we have? We're getting a fan of yours this stream. Nice. Oh, yeah. Get that fan going, man. I've got to have one 24/7 in this heatwave. It's not too bad at the moment. When I am recording or when I'm streaming, because I don't live on my own, I do like shut myself in the office, and then the heat does start to rise, right? Because I'm the kind of person that's just like window open, door open, just all the time. Like, I'm very much like, anyone wants to come by, like, just stop by the room and hang out. Yeah, it's completely fine, right? I don't know what you're talking about. I think you do. You definitely do. The Lug is kind of meh, too cold. I like the Lug, and I get the pun. I do get the pun. But I really think the Lug gets, like, shafted. Because the thing is, the Lug isn't evil, right? The Lug isn't, like, intentionally antagonistic, but he is a fantastic antagonist, in my opinion, right? Because an antagonist is someone who, like, is a driving force for the plot. Something that the protagonists and the rest of the cast cannot ignore. He is a direct roadblock between them and what they are trying to do, right? So, like, in my mind, he is, like, the perfect idea of what an antagonist is. He's not passive. He's very, like, he's very active. He's a very active force, even though his intentions weren't, like, antagonistic, right? But I don't think you need your intentions to be antagonistic to be a good antagonist personally, but, you know. Tomato got stun locked by Hikari tier list. Oh, yeah, always. EDO Pro at home. EDO Pro from Temu. True. Card Trader Day. Pog. Oh, yeah. Maybe the PvP is back up. No, you couldn't access the PvP arena. I still can't. I mean, I'm in here. Like, I can flip over to this quick, right? Like, I'm here. I can click the button. It searches for a game. So, I don't know. I'm playing the PvP right now. I mean, there we go. Maybe it's like, if you updated the game, you can't do PvP right now. Oh, so because the update hasn't come out on PC, you can still do it. Interesting. I have no update on the phone. I think the phone got automatically updated, like a little tiny one. Check the store. I did. Seems PvP ladder is back to working good. Roadblock is a great analogy for it. It's not just evil equals good antagonist. I mean, again, it's subjective, right? Like, people are going to rate things how they want to rate it. And that's the fun of a tier list, right? If a tier list... I mean, you could do a democracy tier list. Maybe that's something we should do at some point. We'll do a tier list of, like, I don't know, like rush duel characters, but we'll have, like, chat vote on where they want it to go, and then we'll take, like, the average from all of chat, and then we'll see, like, where chat votes everyone to go. That could be fun. I updated and it's working now. I see. I think only mobile can't play PvP. A ladder will be more than dead than usual, though. Oh, yeah. That is a thing. But if you haven't hit COG yet, you might be able to just get by playing against a bunch of silvers, right? You never know. But hello, Toti. Welcome. I checked on PC and it's working. Yeah, only mobile then. I'm playing mobile and it's working. Did you update the game? Yes, Yuna is going to be annihilated on the chat tier list. Yeah, but we just need enough... We just need enough Yuna stands to bump her up. That's all we need. We just need enough of us, okay? I wasn't being able to play until now. There we go. Well, as long as it's working somewhat, that's at least, like, the important thing, right? But, I mean, we're not planning to play probably for another hour at least anyway, because we're going to be going over all the leaks. So, for us, it doesn't really matter. I'm a Yuna stan. Yuna stans rise up! Well, that's the thing. I personally think Yuna is a good character. I like Yuna as a character. I like her motivation. I like the action she takes because it is like, it's very much people do stupid shit when they're in love. And like, she is like the epitome of that. Like some of the shit she does makes no sense, but that plays into her character. And I think that's really, really good. I also love her deck. And I think that is going to be a big, if I like a character's deck, I like the character a lot more because I look forward to seeing them duel because I want to see those cards. And I think Celebros is such a fun deck. It's so cool. I also love her introduction as well, where she's like anytime there's like a Sevens Road reference in like Go Rush, I'm all for it. Like every time like that guy shows up, I'm like, yeah, this is what we need. This is amazing. I mean, it seems like it's just working for some people and it's not working for others, so we just have to kind of play it by ear, I suppose. I guess we'll get cracking, right? I guess we'll just jump in whilst everyone's trying to fix their games. I mean, we got a couple of different updates. We should probably look at the Bismuth meta update as well. I haven't been doing my meta updates lately because I've been very busy on the weekends. But, I mean, the big, like, surprise here, I suppose, is that Despia isn't winning as much as people were expecting. I mean, if we go by this, right, what is weird here? So Despia is a tier, or was. I haven't actually looked at the new tiers. Let's take a look and see if these updates have changed anything. Utopia's been bumped up to tier 2. So that matches, because Utopia is tier 2, quote-unquote, in, like, power rankings, I guess we'll call this. Despia is lagging a little behind where it should be. Speedroid's dropped down. That kind of matches up with the tier changes. And then Sky Striker's nowhere to be seen in the tiers. Nouvelle is nowhere to be seen in the tiers. What is this deck? Can anyone tell me who this is? Is this Chimera? I don't, is that like a pendulum or a gusto card? I don't know who that is. Odd Eyes, that's Odd Eyes. Okay, that is the pendulum one. I had a feeling it was the pendulum one, but I guess it will say down here, right? Odd Eyes. So it looks like it got a win. And nothing else in Evil League. Okay. Utopia Rising. I mean, I think a lot of people don't like it, to be honest. Despia is easy to beat. People are just catching on now. Hi, hello, TCX Borg. Welcome, welcome. Odd Eyes, Nouvelle Bros. Nouvelle, again, I like the idea behind Nouvelles. I hate the fact that they play Lava Golem and Sphere Mode. I despise that so much. Absolutely. Chimera should be tier 1. Well, it's not winning, right? Like, Chimera has nothing, right? It hasn't seen a top 2 finish in the last week whatsoever. Like, it's probably a fantastic ladder deck, but it's just not backing it up in tournaments. Lava Golem is part of the cuisine. No, it's not. You don't eat lava. That is most certainly not. But yeah, this is, again... The biggest standout here, I guess, is Striker. Not Striker. I mean, Striker being here is cool. But the biggest standout is, I suppose, Striker doing as well as it is doing is interesting. And then Shadow being as dominant as it is. I think a lot of people aren't too surprised by this. Like, Shadow is kind of nuts. But, you know, it's very much standing out above everything else. Chimera isn't easy to pilot or even build. Now, when you say it isn't easy to build, do you mean it's difficult to get the ratios correct? Or do you mean, like, it's difficult to acquire with cards? Because, like, in terms of building it, all you need is one person to build it reasonably well, and then everyone just copy it, right? But in terms of, like, actually getting all the cards, they're all mainly from the same box, right? So it's not too bad. Nouvelles does need ways to change battle position. Lava and Sphere help with that. Sphere mode counts, though. It looks like a Ferrero Rocher. I don't think you can eat a Sphere mode, though. So, if anything, it'd be like a giant jawbreaker. Not even that. It's just not better than some of the other decks. It's difficult to get the ratios right. I see. Well, all we need, like I say, all we need is one person to crack the code, right? While we're still talking about speed, we'll come back to this. We'll just like quickly cover the tier list changes. Utopia up to tier 2. I think a lot of people were kind of hoping that Utopia would kind of go away. It doesn't appear to be doing that. So anyone that doesn't really like Utopia, or as people call it, Glutopia, it's still here. It's hanging out. Speedroid going down. I personally am not a fan of Speedroid. So I am happy to see Speedrun going down. Saying that, I'm not really a big fan of Utopia, so I'm not really happy to see that going up. I think Rezo's fine, Gusto's fine, Chimera's fine for the most part. Chimera's kind of a bit annoying. And then Shadow is like so annoying to play against. I actively despise playing against Shadow. Despia is a weird one. I don't mind playing against Despia. I don't like playing Despia. I think Despia's just kind of boring. Like, one thing I can say about Shadow, I think playing Shadow is very fun. I just don't like playing against Shadow. But I think that's... I think that's fine, right? Svimo can be eaten, taste like fries chicken. Too many variants and packages you can play. I mean, yeah, that just comes down to, like, working out what people are going to, like, want to end up on, right? I mean, this is, like, fine. There's, like, nothing crazy in here. Looks like popcorn chicken. I mean, if you're eating popcorn chicken that looks like sphere mode, that's some weird popcorn chicken. And then if we go and take a look at the rush format, there is nothing crazy. Now, this is, like, a little bit sad that we only have 2 tournaments. It's not anything too shocking. So if I go ahead and grab our tournament results up, if this will load. So yeah, basically we've only had 2 tournaments, and that is because Mono has been swapping over to the no skill, so that's just immediately 1 tournament gone. And Cloudy, I believe, was going to run a tournament, but didn't. And I don't know what's going on with Dynasty at the moment. So Dynasty and Cloudy alternate weeks. So they do like 1 rush, like 1 speed or master or whatever it is. So it's like, it's every other week is the point. So because of that, it does mean that if they just so happen to not run it on the same week, it does kind of make it look like there's not really many tournaments going on. Because, like, especially Rest in Peace Angel Cup, like, that's just gone. I don't know who voted Utopia Tier 3 in the TPC, but they were wrong. I mean, it's a weird one. Utopia is... So again, I'm always going to have a very, very, very narrow view of the speed meta. Because again, I don't spam speed. I play it very rarely. But Utopia is a deck that I've never really struggled against. Like, when I played Despia, I beat Utopia quite a lot. When I was playing Dinosaurs, I was beating Utopia quite a lot. Like, Utopia was never, like, a super scary deck. Like, the only thing Utopia ever did that was, like, really annoying was, 1, obviously just using, like, Lava Golem. And then 2, it was the Unicorn interaction, where, like, it negated without starting a chain. I can't remember exactly what the interaction was, but I remember just being like, this is an annoying negate that they have access to. Dynasty is on hiatus. Zorak said it himself. Zorak said he wasn't running Dynasty on August. So literally nothing on August at all. Okay, I mean, that's fine, obviously. You know, if Zorak needs the break, then, you know. It's one of those things. There are some of these people that run so many events, right? So Mono was like this as well at one point when you were doing like 3 EDO and the weekly Duel Links tournament, and then you were also like commentating and streaming other people's tournaments as well. I'm like, I couldn't do it. It's so much like work, I suppose, to like be doing all of that constantly. And then obviously there's streaming like the leagues as well. It's like so much. So if anyone ever needs to take a break when they're doing like that much stuff, especially if they're organizing that much stuff as well, then yeah, absolutely you need to take breaks. Otherwise you're going to burn out. You're absolutely going to burn out. We have Gunkin Suship Shari in the chat. Hello. Cloudy is just being cloudy. I believe there was an announcement saying something along the lines of like they couldn't run a tournament because of something like a internet issue, or I can't remember exactly what it was, but there was something. Utopia doesn't have a bad matchup versus any of the other tier 1 and tier 2 decks. Oh, that's a bit annoying. What about Shadow though? Surely it has it must have like at least an even matchup against Shadow. Otherwise I feel like Shadow wouldn't be winning as much as it is. Again, I have no idea what the matchup between those decks looks like. I've probably like half-handedly seen it, and it's been like in my peripheral vision. I haven't like actively sat there and dissected the matchup. Chimera can beat Shadow, and Despot have played well. It didn't have any problem dealing with them in ladder. I mean, ladder is always a different kettle of fish though. Like, ladder is like, it's like tournament light. Like, you will still see some good games in ladder. You'll still see some really good players in ladder. But in tournament is where everything gets kind of distilled. And everything, typically, especially when you get to, like, the massive tournaments. Like, if you're in a tournament that has, like, 100+ players, that is generally where you're going to start to see, like, that's when, like, a top 8 really matters. And that's when you kind of get the feeling that everyone in the top 8, like, really deserves to be there. They're all playing, like, really good versions of the deck. They're all playing the decks really, really well. It negates mid-chain. Yeah, that's weird. I still think that's weird. Hey, got no time for stream today. Just going to stop by for a few minutes and watch the VOD. I'm going to do 100% Pokemon Colosseum playthrough today. I want to do it for a while already. Oh, nice. Are you like streaming that or anything, Corey? Or are you just like, you're just going to do that in your own time? Because I personally, I've always loved, like I like challenge runs. I like, which includes doing things 100%, right? In my mind, that is like a challenge run. I obviously like speed runs. I like anything like that. That's always my cup of tea. Shadow matchup is coin flip. Whoever goes first or sees text wins. I see. Shadow is 50-50 if they run Nib. Otherwise, Utopia is slightly favored. So I guess they must be running a lot of Nibs then in these tournaments if they've got. Because I mean, look at, we've got what, Shadow first and second. Shadow. Shadow losing to Utopia here, and then Shadow. So a lot of Shadows obviously doing well here. Cloudy sometimes getting sick badly, so she cancels it, but at the same time, she didn't really do anything related to the tourney anyway. But I appreciate she's doing any rush tourney at all. Yes, I think it's especially nice when someone that just genuinely has not really got any interest in the format is still going out of their way to show support for the format. Like, I really, really appreciate that, because it's easy enough to be like, I like Rush, I'm gonna do Rush tournament, right? I think it's the whole thing, other thing entirely, to be like, I'm gonna give up my own, I'm gonna use my platform, I'm gonna use my money to support this format that I'm not really invested in, right? So I do really appreciate Cloudy for doing that. I appreciate she's doing any Rush tournament at all. Yeah, exactly. Now, just my own time, it's been like 10 to 15 years. I played it last time, got one of my favorite Pokemon games to date. 21 years old, but still has better animation than the modern mainline games. Yes. I mean, Pokemon Stadium and Colosseum, both the same. Like, absolutely amazing animations. I don't know why, when I see the name Pokemon Colosseum, I think Digimon World 3. These games have nothing to do with each other. Digimon World 3 is still another fantastic game, by the way. I've never actually finished Digimon World 3, and that's something I do want to go back and do at some point. I finished Digimon World 1. I've never played Digimon World 2. And I own Digimon World 3. Like, I have it. A physical PS1 version of the game. I've just never finished it. I've played, like, the start of it a bunch of times. I've just never gotten all the way through it. I think she only started Rush tourneys in the first place because it was really good. Because we were really good friends with Parko. It's always back to Parko, isn't it? It's always back to Parko. There aren't many good Utopia players, in my opinion. Most good players play Despia and Shadow. That's not too surprising. That's not too surprising, to be honest. Taco Bros. But yeah, that is kind of it for the speed stuff, I think. I mean, there's not much to say about the Rush meta. Like, I mean, if we come down and take a look at the pie chart, we'll fix this so it looks a little bit better for y'all. We can see that Light Galaxy 38%, E-Hero 27%, so that's a 10% difference, but it's still a big chunk of E-Hero. Spellcasters 23.9%. So compared to last week, at the moment, it's looking like Light Galaxy is kind of back to maybe being its own tier 1. Everything else is kind of tier 2. This is kind of what we thought last week, but, like, that's not what the stats were showing. And then we've also got Red Boot and Jointech. Jointech is actually doing quite well. So this is basically all just one player. This is just Hit. But Hit has managed to get top 4 twice playing Jointech, which is, like, really good. Like, hats off to Hit, because I think he did also just win Mono's no skill tournament with baseball. So, you know, massive shout out to Hit, who's coming up and doing really, really well. Paco being useful for once. It's alright, he will be, I'm calling it now. This is my dream, my ambition, my want, is that Paco is going to become the world champion this year. Now, it's a shame, because that means that Zenzo can't win, that means that Quantum can't win, that means that Giorfio can't win, but I think Paco Bros has to win. I think we need a Paco win. We need a Paco win. Plus, it would be really cool if America won twice in a row. I think that would also be really cool, because America never wins anything, right? Oh, I forgot to put streamer mode on. Oh no. Let's change that before we start getting more beeps and boops. There we go. No more beeps and boops. Parko needs to at least top 4 this time. Yeah, I mean, I would be sad if Parko didn't make top 4. Like, I'd be really, really sad. Parko need to do the cat dance when he wins. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Parko is getting jinxed by Tomato. So I'm not the kind of person that believes in, like, superstition. Like, I straight up just don't, like, follow that. Like, I don't subscribe to that. America country or America continent? I mean, America country. Because, like, I feel like South America has a lot of, like... So, the issue that America tends to have, America doesn't win a lot of stuff, except for the stuff that only they play. So, like, America, like, wins the NFL. They win, like, NBA. But, like, no one else really gives a shit. So, like, it's just kind of America competing against themselves most of the time. So it's kind of whatever. America don't tend to win a lot of other sports. Like, that's not saying they never win, but, like, they're not consistently winning, like, anything else. And that kind of goes for esports as well. To an extent, America is pretty good at shooters in, like, the esports scene, but that's kind of it. So, like, having them win anything is also kind of nice. Like, card games is another thing they tend to struggle at winning. But I want to see a win. I think it'd be cool. I think it would be cool. Alright, so that is kind of it for that. Now we've covered all that. I guess it's time to move on to the leaks. I guess it's time. Of course they're good at shooters. I mean, it's just like, they have a lot of players that are just like really big into shooters, right? Alright. So, we're going to get straight in the leaks, I think. America is good at guns. True. Last year, America won Rush and TCG. But that's exactly my point. That was a standout year for America winning a bunch of stuff. When they don't usually. So let's keep that going. Tiger skills are solid. I think one of these skills is solid, personally. But we'll go through it. So first off, we always have to have massive shout out to Brad. Brad is obviously the one that's made this website. He's the one that's hosting all of this. Brad does so much for the community. But obviously, big love to Brad. And also, we always have to do a big shout out to Piper as well. British Piper, the best data miner we have. And just a lovely person in general. So again, huge, huge shout out and thanks to British Piper for doing all these data mines. And let's crack in. Tiger skill 1 is the nothing skill. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. Tiger skill 2 can be activated from turn 2 onward during a turn that you normal summoned Trumpet Tiger the Music Fiend. So if anyone doesn't know, Trumpet Tiger is, I mean, it's not easy to show this with the chat. Maybe we'll get rid of chat for now. Just so we can have that a little bit easier to see. Let's bump this up a bit. How's that? Yeah, that's perfect. Right. Trumpet Tiger. Send the top card of your deck to the graveyard. This card gains 300 attack until the end of this turn. Then you can special summon a level 8 or lower wind attribute warrior type monster from your hand face up to your field. So this effect is like kind of crap. Like milling the top card is fine. Gaining 300 is fine. 26. It's not a great number, but it's like an okay number. And then you have to summon a level 8 or lower wind warrior from your hand. Obviously, you want to be summoning a tribute monster to get max value off this. If you're summoning a level 8 specifically, you're getting effectively like a free +2. If you kind of squint, you're like saving 2 tributes to get this out, which is like okay. It's still not like fantastic because you're still kind of stuck with Trumpet Tiger on the field because Trumpet Tiger doesn't really do anything. You can't like fuse it off or anything. That's just kind of there. But then you can shuffle 1 card from your hand into the deck. So we're not even plussing. Then we add Digisoon or Ensemble Fighter from your deck or graveyard to hand. So adding from deck or graveyard is quite nice because theoretically, you only have to run 1 of each, but then you have to be very reliant on your Trumpet Tiger to do anything. But Digisoon is a little bit awkward. So this one is like the better one, but it's still not great. So if your opponent has a defense position monster, gain attack equal to the number of defense position monsters your opponent's field times 800 until the end of this turn. So this guy can go up to 32, then it can go up to 4,000, and then it can go up to, if your opponent has 3 defense position monsters, 4,800. So we need to find a way to give this thing piercing, which right now we don't have. Now we might be getting straight pierce, but we'll have to wait and see. It's the better of the two, but it's still not fantastic. Now, it can be okay because we can shady two of our opponent's guys into defense, summon this out, boost it by 16 up to 4,000. I mean, that's okay. So, like, maybe there's something, but... And then the last one is Ensemble Fighter. Send one card from your hand to the graveyard. This turn, while this card is face up, your opponent cannot activate trap cards when your wind attribute warrior type monsters declare attacks. Now, this effect is not awful, but right now we're seeing a lot of trap hole, we're seeing a lot of compulse, we're seeing a lot of shady, which none of those are on attack. So it's a little bit awkward. As well as the fact that its stats kind of suck. Having 2200 attack is not great. And to activate its effect, we have to send a card from our hand to the graveyard, which is also not great. So, not fantastic, if we're being completely honest. Do you think the format is ready for ace cards? What do we mean by ace cards? It was okay in 7s, makes 2600 higher, then 25, then summons a level 8. Yeah, but we're not kind of in 7s anymore, are we? You see the tiger animation? She looks like she's going Super Saiyan. If you have it, then you want to post it somewhere. I'll take a look at it on stream, but I haven't actually seen it. Straight Pierce will probably be a bundle card. I mean, potentially. Super Saiyan Blue. I don't know their cards, but this seems mid. None of these cards are great. Most of the time, people play Digisoon and they play Ensemble Fighter just as fusion material, not because they want the actual cards themselves. And Trumper Tiger never really saw any play. Not really. It came out very late as well. Like, it came out after the rest of these guys. I just finished work. What have I missed? Nothing. Just some... Yeah, we've only just started going over the leaks. We were talking about, like, the meta and speed and stuff before this. It's mid until you get the fusions. A shade. That is basically my take as well. So yeah, this skill is kind of bad, just straight up. I don't see this skill seeing any play. I guess we'll just leave it at that. Tiger skill 3. Reveal one warrior type monster with 2000 or more defense in your hand from turn 2 onwards. If all of the monsters in your constructed deck are beast/warrior type wind attribute monsters. So, look at that, 2000 defense. And look at that, 2200 defense. So you reveal one of these two to turn the skill on. Add a Boton or Fusion from your deck or graveyard to your hand. So this means, theoretically, you only have to play one copy of Boton and one copy of Fusion. You might end up playing more just because you can only search one of them. So you have to have the other one. So if you're playing like a playset of each, then you have a higher chance to find one of them. And then you just search the one you don't have, right? So... you probably... I don't know. I'm not really sure with this one. You might end up playing 3 copies of each. This turn, you can normal summon/set warrior-type monsters with 2000 or more defense, 1 less tribute. So, what does that mean? It means we can summon out Ensemble Fighter as a 1 tribute, so effectively a level 6, 2200 attack monster. I mean, that's still not great, but that's fine. And then Digisoon, this as a level 6 monster, is actually really good. A 2400 attack that can boost its attack is actually just generally quite good. But the main reason you want to get these out for 1 tribute is so that you can fuse them off, right? If we think about it logically, we have 5 cards at the start of our turn. If one of our cards is a Digisoon or an Ensemble Fighter, let's say the thumb, then we activate the skill. We can add one of our fusion material to hand. Now, we normal summon, we tribute to summon out our boss, we then summon Boton, activate Fusion, and now we've summoned a Fusion monster, and we still have 2 cards left in our hand, which is not actually that bad. Now, the issue is, the Fusion monsters we make, they're still really good. One of them wipes your opponent's back row, which is quite good. But now we have Shady. That means the power of that card goes down a bit, because now it's just like forcing a Shady, and spending 4 cards to force a Shady is a little bit awkward. The other card that we can summon, God Breath, is... it's good, but we have to discard cards from our hand to give it attack, right? So we would have to discard the last 2 cards in our hand, and then it gains 2000 attack and piercing, which is really, really good. And again, if your opponent doesn't have any back row, can be really, really good. It's mid until you get to the fusions. Skill 2 is the weakest for sure. That tiger, I mean, skill 1's the weakest if we even consider it a skill. That's tiger skill 3 would have been great for Matarian. Yeah, I can see that. But obviously, it doesn't work with Matarian, unfortunately. The new Luke skill would be so good for Matarian. You guys mind sending the link? Because all right, I'll send the link. No one else can actually send links in this chat. But there you go. But hello, King John. Welcome. When I try to search up, I can't find this website anywhere. Yeah. I mean, yeah, we don't actually have the URL on screen even, so I can't really show you that either. Yeah, this skill already seems better. Pretty much guarantees full orchestra and divine breath. Yeah, basically, right? Like, it doesn't, like, guarantee it, because so you have to have one of the bosses, right? Then you can search the fusion or the boton. So, like, you have to have one piece to go with the piece that you've had to activate the skill. So you kind of have to find 2 bits on your own, and then you could search the third. So it's kind of like Psychic in that way, like how Psychic's fusion skill works. If we can send links in the chat, but Tomato has put on the description of his videos before. Yeah, the reason we don't allow links to be posted is just because bots come in and they'll start spamming shit. So we just nip that in the bud immediately. So the reason we can't send links in chat is because of the bots. So we'll have to just blame the bots. But hello, J Originality. Welcome. Wished it made the one tribute monsters free summons 2, to be honest. Yeah, if it made them cost 1 less tribute, just like everything cost 1 less tribute that was like level 6 or higher, rather than warrior. I suppose. But the thing is, it already locks it to wind. It really doesn't want to let you summon the level 6s, I guess. Thank you for the follow, J Originality. Or Jororiginality? I don't know how we go with that one. Why the hell did they make the Luke skill again, but better? Yeah, I hate it. I hate it as well. I really despise it. Because dragons are cool. It's Luke, they need to use it twice. The Handy Lady skill is good for order beatdown to play on Shady. Mono will be happy. The Abra skill doesn't seem bad. Jordik. Alright. So yeah, this is the good skill in my mind. This one has the most potential. I think this could actually be quite good. The fusion monsters are pretty good. We've already talked about the fusions quite a lot. We've already made like 2 videos talking about the Wind Warriors, so we're not going to talk about that too much now. We'll talk a little bit about Tiger Skill 4 though. So you can activate from turn 2 onward, choose a Digisoon the Music Fiend or Ensemble Fighter the Music Fiend on your field. This turn inflicts piercing battle damage. I mean, Digisoon getting piercing is not bad, but we already have a boss monster that can get piercing in Divine Breath or God Breath, whatever we're calling it. So I don't know if it's like that important. Then you can add Music Princess's Whirling Wind. So this is if you have a face-up level 5 or higher wind attribute monster on your field, change it to 2 attack position monsters to face-up defense position. So this just means you're going to get an extra 1600 attack on your Digisoon, right? Which is like fine. But you can only do it once per turn going first or twice going second. So, like, it's okay. I kind of see this as, like, a cheesy kind of skill where you can once change 2 things to defense, try and get, like, a big 4,800 attack piercing push in, which, like, is okay. I don't think this is, like, bad, but I don't know if people are going to bother playing it over Tiger Skill 3. Because Tiger Skill 3, I think, is just... It has more going on. It's sort of like... It's kind of like the Dark Galaxy Tearfing skill, in that it's very single-minded in what the skill is doing, with the difference being that the Tearfing skill can just threaten OTKs, whereas this kind of threatens a lot of damage. Skill 4 is good. Skill 4 is a nice secondary skill, however, it's never going to be as good as Tier 3, but decent. You can run Samurai, and with Shady, you could have good control build. Also has no restrictions. So one thing we will also say is that some of these skills are still subject to change, and that because they've been data mined from mobile, Piper did specifically say that some of these things might be wrong. So take everything like a pinch of salt as well. I think Masochist has kind of identified the good thing about this skill, which is it doesn't have restrictions. You can play, again, assuming this is correct, you're not locked to warriors, you're not locked to wind. You can do whatever you want. So that's not bad. Yeah, I think because it's not locked to Wind Warriors, this could be okay. I still... The issue you're always going to have with this is you still have to hard summon out these bosses. And the only plus you get is the Whirling Wind. So you don't get a plus body, which means you're always hard tribute summoning out the bosses. Which feels like a little bit awkward, right? Because you're always going to have to like summon, tribute both. Which means, and if you're doing that sort of thing in this meta, you're really going to want ways to plus outside of, you know, these actual cards themselves. So you're going to want to play things like maybe Star Replacer or Star... Yeah, Star Replacer is the dragon, right? Something like that. Like, just to give you the extra, like, bodies to get this going. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. I will be building this deck one way or another, and we'll probably make a video on it, so we'll get to, like, test it a lot. Hero Music Princess. So Hero Music Princess was an actual deck in OCG, so... with no restrictions, we can use Star Replacer. Real. Although, I think... this might actually be... No, I don't think it matters. I was going to say, when Dance comes out, this might be a lot better, but I don't think this matters for Dance. Because you just want them in the graveyard, so just be milling and discarding them anyway. A Golem plus Digisoon could be decent with skill 4. Yeah, but the issue there is you still have to, like, hard summon all of it, right? So it's like normal summon, tribute for Digisoon, normal summon, tribute for Golem, and that's already a 6-card combo. Now, if you use something like Star Replacer, you can get that down to a 5-card combo. Which could be enough, right? Just straight up. Like, that could just be a 3-card mandatory combo that takes 5 cards. You get the Whirling Wind for free, change 2 things to defense, get this up to 48 if your opponent's already got 1 defense position monster, and then you attack over with a 48 Piercer and a 3000 Piercer. Your opponent has to have no back row, and you have to have a very specific hand, but... Because the cards are bad, we can probably play Torero too. I mean, potentially. I don't know if they're going to have a limit 3 or not. My gut's saying no, but I'll have to wait and see, right? Seahorse Carrier like cards too? Yeah, exactly. Progress Potter and Duel Links. Progress Potter is a weird one. Progress Potter is limit 2 in... the OCG right now. I think it's still limit 2. I'm pretty sure it's still limit 2. So it might have to... If it did come out, it'll probably be limit 2 immediately. That's what I mean by bad, no limit 3. But again, it depends, because we don't... Like, the deck has good cards, right? Like, they could get Dance. They're probably not going to get Dance, but they could. And Dance would be something to very easily, like, slap a limit 3 or only give you a single copy or something along those lines. But next up, Destiny Draw Pot of Avarice. Requirements can be activated before your normal draw on turn 2 onwards, once per duel if going first, or twice if going second. Place 1 Pot of Greed from your deck or graveyard on top of your deck. In this draw phase, if you would draw until you have 5 cards for your normal draw, instead draw till you hold 6 cards. So this is fine. I don't think this, like... I don't think this just, like, screams Progress Potter. Like, there's a chance, because we are getting some Psychic stuff. But, like, because this gets it back from the graveyard as well... Like, in my mind, this doesn't just say, oh, we're getting Progress Potter, right? SRM has better cards and better skills. Where are the limit 3s? You know, Ghost Cyclone is the best 7's Road card. You know, 7's Road Cyclone. This is probably not going to see play. Just straight up. Even if we got Progress Potter, I still doubt this would see play, but, like, you never really know. Like, someone could cook something weird. And then this is the exciting skill for me, right? The Roman / Psychic skill. I like this Avarice skill. It's simple, but it's good recovery. I mean, kind of. It's sort of similar to the Warrior Turning Alive skill we got, except the Warrior Turning Alive skill has a bunch of limitations, so you can't use it with Yami Ruler, which is, like, so weird. I will throw a party of 7's Road, can't play Ghost Cycle anymore. That's never going to happen, let's be honest. So Roman / Psychic can be activated from turn 2 onward if all of the monsters in your constructed deck are Psychic-type monsters, and all level 5 or higher monsters in your constructed deck are monsters with 0 defense. So that is quite restrictive. It's not like anything like super duper crazy, right? but like... It basically stops you from playing some very specific boss monsters, right? Some very specific ones. Like, you can't play any of the candy stuff, basically. Like, as in the candy boss monsters, because I believe they all have higher than 0 defense. I tried building them with Yami and then noticed the skill limitations, Lamau. None of the D monsters. If they give Sevens and Light Galaxy Limb 1 and Limb 3, that would be great. I mean, yeah, they probably should have already had it. No melody, Giorgio will be pleased. Poor Giorgio. We've got to somehow put melody in the deck just to try and rustle his jimmies. Alright, but anyway, the skill. Either add to your hand once per duel and only if going second, or send to the graveyard one dark attribute monster with 2400 or less attack from your deck. This turn, you can normal summon / set dark attribute monsters with 1 less tribute. So this is pretty big. So my immediate thought when I saw this was V-Friend. So V-Friend is a 2500 attack, level 7, 0 defense, dark monster. So it does kind of match everything, except we can't send this to the graveyard with the skill. And we can't search this with the skill, right? But I think this still just makes sense to be used with this. We can send it to 5 cards from the top of the deck to the graveyard. This card gains 500 attack until the end of this turn. So instantly up to 3000. Then if we have Guitarist, Romic and Roller, Berry Bassist, Dream Drummer, and Guitar Kid in the graveyard, you can destroy 1 card on the opponent's field. Now this line is huge, right? Being able to destroy a card is a very, very powerful effect. You can destroy a maximum monster. You can destroy a face down monster. You can destroy back row. You can destroy any card. We don't really have anything like this. Do we have destroy a card on the field right now? We have destroy a face down card on the field on Ashura Star. Do we have a straight up destroy any card on the field effect right now? Are all of those 5 cards on the effect already in Duel Links? Yes, all of them are. The Monarch? Yes. Okay, but that one is a little bit more subjective, right? Because it's... Isn't that the one where it's like your opponent chooses cards and then you pick which one to destroy? Or you pick a bunch of cards, then your opponent sends one of them or something? I don't believe it's like just straight up you pick a card and pop it. I could be wrong. I absolutely could be wrong. Tribute to the Doomed. Tribute to the Doomed is only monsters, so it's not just any card. Let me have a look. We have this one. Your opponent chooses 1 card on the field and you destroy that card. So it still destroys anything, but you don't get to pick it. That's like the big difference. Any card. Tribute to the Doomed monsters only. Yeah, I mean, that's basically the gist. So basically, there are some cards that came into the game, such as Harpy's Pet... Is it Master? This one. Harpy Lady Pet Master. This card came out and immediately made Harpies a tier 0 deck, right? And this has a very similar type effect, which is like, this card's name becomes Harpy Lady while in the graveyard, send the top card of your deck to the graveyard, this card's name becomes Harpy Lady to the end of your opponent's turn, then if you have 3 Harpy Lady or Harpy Lady Sisters face on the field, destroy 1 monster in the opponent's field. Now this is only monster. This is only monster. That is a very important distinction. But this does destroy any monster, again, regardless of level, regardless of battle position, face up, face down. Now, this card is much, much, much better than V-Friend, because it's a level 4 body. You don't need to have 5 specific cards in the graveyard. It is much, much easier to get this effect off. But the effect is still really, really strong. Vulcan Hyperdrive. Yes, actually, that is a very good point. I completely forgot that card even existed. But there are a couple of other cards like Harpy's Pet Master as well that came out and do just get to pop any card, and they all make their deck really, really strong. I think Heliosphere does the same thing. Draw a card and show it. If it was a monster, destroy 1 card on the opponent's field. Another absolutely fantastic top tier deck card. So like, being able to pop any card is really, really powerful, and you really shouldn't underestimate it. That being said, in order to get this out, we are going to have to still tribute 1 monster, right? We also do need to use the skill to fill up our graveyard. So what we're going to need, in an ideal world, right? Let's say we go second. We need to draw a hand that includes V-Friend, ideally includes one of the other monsters that we need for its effect, so a Guitarist, a Romic and Roller, Berry Bassist, Dream Drummer, or Guitar Kid. We then use the skill to send one of them to the graveyard, or again, if we're going second, we can add it to our hand and then tribute it to get this out. Then we'd mill the top 5, and now we're just kind of hoping that we mill the rest of them, and then we get a pop on turn 2. I don't know how likely that is to happen, but I do think from like turn like 3/4, this is going to be more likely to come off. Helios is such a good target for Argent. Yes, especially in Duel Links where we have 30 card decks. It's not very good in the OCG because in a 40 card deck, even if you have 3 different targets, it's still not super likely. But in Duel Links specifically, it'd be absolutely ridiculous. So drawing a hand and using her effect, you've already lost a third of the deck. That's fine though, don't worry about that, because we're definitely going to get Progress Potter, right? And Progress Potter will just refill our deck. Easy peasy, easy peasy. But this effect is still strong. Now, again, the requirement is a bit much, but if you can get it off, the effect itself, destroying any card, is really, really good. So there are a couple of other cards we'll talk about quickly, because obviously, you know, if we're getting this, we might as well talk about some of the other stuff we could get. So this is Major Audition. Pay 500 life points. Special summon up to 1 each of Guitarist, Romic and Roller, Berry Bassist, Dream Drummer, and Keytar Kid. So Dream Drummer is a very low attack, very low defense monster that can shuffle a card from graveyard back to heal for 500, so not particularly great. Keytar Kid is just a vanilla. Berry Bassist and Romic and Roller are 2 not very good cards. Realistically, they're just not good. And then Guitarist is like just a ball of attack. So like none of these cards are like super great. That's kind of the big issue. But being able to just pay 500 life points, summon 3 bodies is actually quite good. So if we can fill up the graveyard, we can start like toolboxing the graveyard somewhat. So like this card isn't like anything bonkers, but like there's a chance it comes out if we do get the V-Friend, right? Then there is Psychic Composition. Pay 500 life points, you're probably seeing a theme here. Add 1 Dark Attribute Psychic type monster with 0 defense from your graveyard to your hand. Then if you added V-Friend to your hand by this effect, you can send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard. So let's just keep pumping the graveyard. Let's send every single card in our deck to the graveyard as quickly as possible. Absolutely fill it with all of the materials we need. Don't really get how the skill works. What I understand is that you can mill 1 each turn, but you only get to add once per duel if you went second. Yes. So the gist is you can do this whole first bit once, right? Once per duel. So only if you go second, you get to add. Otherwise, the skill just says, send to the graveyard 1 Dark Attribute monster with 2400 attack or less from your deck every turn. And then, you know, every turn you also get the reducing tributes. So going first, or after you've used it once, it just, you forget about the first, like, 2 lines, effectively. But yeah, Psychic Composition is pretty good. I don't hate this card. Again, you're going to need ways to recover your deck, because you are going to absolutely be turboing the graveyard. Again, assuming these cards come out. Kind of similar to the Joint Tech skill, yes. Joint Tech skill is a little bit different, though, because if we go back to here... so these are all of the Dark Psychic monsters, right? So if we have Berry Bassist, this is a level 6 monster, but using the skill, we can summon this without a tribute, assuming the skill has been translated correctly and assuming we're understanding it correctly. You could just summon this as a level 4 monster, because it's a... You could summon it for 1 less tribute, so it just comes out with no tributes, right? That's how I'm understanding it. So, because of that, it effectively works on this. It works on Romic and Roller, which is another level 6. So this would, again, come out with no tributes. And then your... Where's Giftaris? Giftaris comes out as a level 6, so a level 6 monster with 2400 attack that can boost its attack is also pretty good. And then obviously you'd be able to summon out V-Friend with only 1 tribute as well. Second Roman pick? I mean, there's a chance. Really, how they balance skills based on going first or second. I really like how they balance it. Yes. I don't dislike it, because 99% of the time I'd rather just go first. So, like, getting a bonus going second is quite nice. Does this mean we get the Prima Fusions? Right, so my gut is saying no. And the reason my gut is saying no is because the skill seems to be pointing us in the direction of V-Friend. And I don't think they'd want to drop the Prima fusions at the same time as a whole other, like, effectively archetype. Because they don't play super well together, and the skill doesn't really say anything to do with fusions or making fusion monsters easier. So I don't think we're going to get them, but, like, never say never, right? The next card I want to talk about is Stars Hand Illuminator. So this is a card that mentions V-Friend, so I thought we would mention it. I don't know how many, or if any, of the Star Hands we would actually get, but I do think it is worth mentioning them, because there is a chance we'll get them, right? Balance skill doesn't really exist in this game. No, there is plenty of balance skills. It's just, there are many, many outliers, right? Like, the hero skill is very balanced. The spellcaster skill is somewhat balanced. Like, I think the spellcaster skill is relatively balanced. The Light Galaxy skill was very much an outlier. It's one of those, what are we doing here, guys? Why are we doing this? Hey, Henry. Hi, Tomato. Remember me? Of course I remember Henry. How you doing? What made you guess that? I mean, a human Portuguese dub fan could be from anywhere. We never truly know. But during the main phase, this card was normal or special summoned. Send the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard. What's that? More milling? Then if you have V-Friend face up on the field, you can look up to 2 face down cards in the opponent's field. So this card is ass. This card basically says, look at the, or send the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard. The rest of it doesn't really matter, right? Looking at your opponent's face downs is like fine, but you're not typically going to play a card to use it. So it's like, eh. But this card does mention V-Friends, we'll talk about it. The other Stars hands are also kind of a weird spot. So we have Stars Hand Rhodey. This card is pretty good. So send the so during the main phase, this card was normal or special summoned. Send the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard. Then if you have a Prima Gitana the Shining Superstar face up on your field, you can make up to 2 face-up monsters on your field gain 1,000 attack until the end of your opponent's next turn. I don't think we're likely to get this card. Because, 1, this is specifically a Prima support card, and I think they're probably not leaning towards the Prima stuff at the moment. As well as having a lingering, like, 2,000 attack boost could be a bit good. Especially since you can summon Prima with 1 less tribute. So effectively you could go like, summon, tribute to get out 2 boss monsters. Then use Rhodey to boost both of those boss monsters' attack by 1,000. Then use Prima's effect. Let's say you had 2 Prima, right? You could then use Prima and Prima, pay 2,000 to boost your entire board by an extra 18. So that would be 2,800 attack across your entire board. So this would be 3,300, and both the Primas would be at 5,000. Which would be kind of nutty. Now, that might be fine. But, I don't know. I don't see us getting this card. Now, there's a chance. There is a chance, so I thought I'd mention it. Konami wouldn't dare add anything that could destroy the Throne Light Galaxy. Now, after Worlds, I think they'll, you know, reel back on it a little bit. This box is just Tiger and Dragias. Nah, it's gonna be fine. The Psychics are gonna be good. New Start, maybe. I never say never. I think it would be weird to put New Start in, but we've just put Shady in, so that anything's possible. Anything is possible. Do you have Discord? We have exclamation mark Discord. If you're even talking to us. But yeah, we have... I don't know, is Human Portuguese Dub Fan, are you on my Discord? I lose track of who's on the Discord and who's not. There are just so many people there. Are you okay, Manicus? Do you need help? Will be better, more copies of Roman Pick and Prima Fusions. I mean, potentially, yeah. Alright, so, I don't know if we're going to get Stars Hand Rhodey, but, like, it's here. You know, it exists. Next up, Stars Hand Director. During the turn you normal summon this card, special summon 1 level 2 psychic type monster with 500 attack, 0 defense from your graveyard face up to your field. So this is basically get back all the other ones. So you can get back Illuminate, you can get back Rhodey. That's kind of what this one's for. And then this turn you can only attack with Psychic, Omega Psychic and Psychics. It's kind of whatever. And then we have Star's Hand Camera Lady. So during the main phase that you normal summoned or special summon this card, send the top 2 cards of it to the graveyard. You're probably seeing a theme. Then if you have Esperard, the Smashing Superstar face up on your field, you can destroy a Spell Trap on your opponent's field. Now again, I doubt we'll get this because this is again Esperard support. But the Star's Hand stuff is sort of V-Friend adjacent. So I thought we would mention it. I think we're unlikely to get Camera Lady. We're probably not going to get Director, because I also don't think we're going to get Rhodey. But, like, there is a chance, so I thought we would mention them. I talked on the Discord today. Yeah, but the problem is that sometimes there is, like, 100 messages posted in, like, a 30-minute period. And I'm like, how am I supposed to keep up with all of it? Dragon Tribe Fusion will be so good. Dragon Tribe Fusion to 3 in Duelix. I mean, potentially. The thing is, I don't know if we'll get Dragon Tribe Fusion anytime soon. Dragon Tribe Fusion is a bit of a weird card. Next up, we'll talk about Giftarist Speedy Mix. So, this is a level 4, 1200 attack, 0 defense monster. This card's name becomes Giftarist while in the graveyard. Now, this card is really good because it's a level 4. It just mills cards from your deck, which is pretty good. Being Giftarist in the graveyard means you don't actually have to play Giftarist if you don't want to. And then you make all face-up monsters on your field gain attack equal to the number of companions in your graveyard times 500. So if you get a load of companions in your graveyard, you can get a bunch of attack. Now the reason we might not get this card is because I think the companion spell card is actually really good. So if we have 2 face-up monsters with the same type on our field, we draw a card, so we immediately replace it. Then you can make 2 face-up monsters with the same attribute on your field gain 400 attack until the end of this turn. So this incentivizes having cards with the same type and the same attributes. It's the easiest way to get this effect off. Then you just boost their attack by only 400. 400 like isn't a lot. But then if you combine it with Speedy Mix, suddenly you have like a lot of attack. So well, we have Miracle Fusion. Well, yeah, but the thing with Dragon Tribe Fusion is because of the way it works, right? I mean, we'll take a look at it quickly, right? We can show it off. It is not the same as Miracle Fusion, let's put it that way. So Dragon Tribe Fusion. If you have a face-up level 7 or higher Dragon-type monster on your field, so you already need to have a boss out. Fusion summoned by sending 1 face-up Dragon-type normal monster from your field and 1 or more Dragon-type monsters from your graveyard to the owner's deck as material. This turn you can only attack with fusion monsters. So the reason this is weird is because you need to have a level 7 or higher dragon, then you need to get the Dragon-type normal. Now the normal monster has to be the dragon, so you then need to have a boss on the board, as well as a boss in the graveyard, and the dragon ready to go. So the way you're supposed to use this card is you're supposed to use it with the Dragias that we don't have yet, right? And the main way this card saw competitive success was summoning 5-headed dragon, who we also don't have yet. So, like, it's an awkward card to use, and I don't know if they'll want to release it ahead of releasing, like, the Lug, or the Dragias, or 5-headed dragon, right? Because it's just kind of awkward. Why is the Luke skill in the same skill that we all hate? I don't know. They should call it Electric Guitar Fist. That's not bad. That's a cool name. So let's take a look at the next card. So this is My Patience Has Run Out. This card is... I mean, there's a chance. Anytime from now on, anytime we get Psychic support, there is a chance we get this card. This card's really good, but it's like... Part of me is like, it's not like insane, it's just really good, right? So if your life points are lower than your opponent's, which again we're playing Psychic, they should be. This turn, up to 2 face-ups, Omega Psychic and or Psychic-type monsters in your field gain 900 attack. If they attack defense position monster, inflict piercing. So this could be kind of insane, right? If we get like 2 Primas out, start stacking their buffs up, 1800 attack on each, that's 4000 attack. Then we give this down as well, that's now 4900 attack with piercing on both of them, which is kind of disgusting. And because of the skill, we could also do that with only 2 tributes. So this is just a 5-card combo of normal summon, Prima, My Patience Has Run Out. Then if your opponent has 3 monsters on the field, that's just, what, 4,900 pierces? Which is, that's pretty good. That could be pretty good. Yeah, I've watched Sevens 3 times, and this is very funny. Yeah, Patience has run out is a good card, though. I think this card could be kind of nutty. Again, this card could come out, it could not. Anytime we're getting Psychic support, we might get this, right? We're just kind of at that stage at this point. In my opinion, now we have Shady, no card is too good to come. I don't know if I agree with that wholly. I get what you're saying. Like, they've now kind of set a precedent that they can release really broken stuff. But Shady is a bit of a weird one, right? Because now we have that trap. We don't necessarily need other traps. So people are like, we could get a new start now. And it's like, we could. But we now already have a good trap, so we don't need another good trap, right? And then it's like, well, we could release X ridiculously powerful card. And it's like, well, yeah, but X ridiculously powerful card is probably going to be good for a specific deck. And Shady is good for every deck, right? So it's like, don't get me wrong, balancing decks is still important. Are you disrespecting Cosmo Princess? Cosmo Princess is trash. Should never have come out. Let's get Jess then. No Jess. No Jess. Let's calm ourselves, everyone. So, some other just like ridiculous psychic cards that again are always on the table now. This is Jamp Catch. I don't think we're going to get this card, but I thought we'd mention it because now that we have Shady, anytime we get a new psychic card, there's a chance we get this. So when an opponent's monster declares an attack, shuffle 2 to 4 psychic monsters from your graveyard to the deck. Now, this would really help out with decking ourselves out, because we're going to be milling a crap ton, assuming V-Friend comes out. Change the attacking monster to face-up defense position, which is really good. This is one of those cards that will stop OTKs, but is still a combat trick. Then, if you have a Psychic-type normal monster in your graveyard, you can draw until you have 6 cards in your hand. So think about it like this. If you have 0 in hand, you activate this, you go up to 6. You draw for turn, you have 7. That is effectively a +2, which is so good. So this changes your opponent's monster defense, refills your deck, and gives you a +2. Just a Pot of Greed. Well, Pot of Greed's a +1, right? So, well, I suppose you lose this card, so it's, again, still kind of a +1. But, like, it's still nuts. It's still absolutely nuts. Shady's generic, right, so all decks can use it, but you have a few powerful cards. The decks you want to focus on for a meta, I think, is fine. Yeah, the question is, though, how powerful are the cards, right? Because, like, do you want to give, like... Do you release, like, 7's Wonder Fusion and 7's Geas? Because, like, that's still kind of insane. Now, again, we already have Shady, and we didn't have Shady back when that deck was really powerful, and that's why it was kind of OP, right? Because you didn't have things like Shady. It's a less spicy Shady. I mean, in some ways, it's better than Shady, right? You don't need to keep a card in your hand. It refills your deck. Your opponent can't, like, play around it, quote-unquote. And what I mean by that is, like, you can't, like, flip it down, then they just tribute it off or something else. So, like, in some ways, this is better than Shady, but it's very, very specific, right? Then we have Miracle Pick. Reveal a level 7 light attribute or dark attribute psychic monster with 0 defense from your hand to your opponent. Now, again, Giftarist, V-Friend would both work with this. Excavate the top 3 of your deck. Add an excavate card to your hand. Send the remaining to the graveyard. You can only attack with Omega Psychics and Psychics. This is just a really good consistency tool. And it fills your graveyard, which is quite good because V-Friend wants a full graveyard. Is that Shui I see? I heckin' love purple cards even better with the females on it. True. Exclamation mark Shui. How you doing, Shui? I mean, alright, so I might be in the minority here, but I prefer it when the females on the cards aren't children. But that, you know, that's just a me thing. That might just be a me thing. Then we have Dream Ticket. So if you have Prima or Esperard, again, I don't think we're going to get this, but I thought we would mention it because it's just kind of generically really, really good. Draw a card, destroy any card. It's really good. I very much doubt we're going to get this card. Like, we are almost 100% not getting this card. I just want to mention it because it's just really cool. Being able to pop any card and replace itself is just so good. It's so ridiculously good. Shri and Baz should be besties. I mean, it makes sense, right? It does make sense. I think that makes sense. The Psychic support and the Tiger support in the same box. I mean, yeah, absolutely good. Then we have Psychic off Concert. So, You have 3 or more psychic monsters in your graveyard. Special summon Prima Gitana or Esperard. Again, this is just kind of the Esperard and Prima stuff. I don't think we're going to get any of that realistically. I think it's very unlikely we get any of that because I think, they're going to be focusing really hard on V-Friend. I think that this is going to be the focus of the psychic stuff in this box. They might put some other weird stuff, but... Dream Ticket, I need some of those Duel Links. Not that one, though. Yeah, you can have that one, that's fine. Don't worry about it. And so that's kind of it for, the psychic stuff I want to talk about. But, there is potential. There is some potential with the psychic stuff. There are just some, really good generic stuff that if they wanted to force psychic to be a good deck, they could just throw this, really good generic support, right? It works with the skill, though. It does work with the skill. It absolutely does. But I think it would be really weird to give us this skill, and it's very clearly, at least to me, meant to be a V-Friend skill. And then if people started playing the skill without V-Friend, because they're like, oh, it turns out, if we just play all this, Prima Gitana support, it's actually better. That would be kind of, weird. Alright, next up, Yuka Goha. This is the biggest disappointment out of all of these skills. So, can be activated during a turn. You normal or special summon a fire attribute dragon/warrior type effect monster with 2000 defense. Send Achachakacha, Gagaga Outfielder, and Zubababata from outside of your deck to the graveyard. This is just... It's just bad. There's not really any redeeming quality to this skill. It's just bad. Now, you could make the argument that this turns on your Grand Slam. It also turns on the baseball boss monster we don't have yet, but it's still bad. Baseball skill is so dookie, it's over for us baseball bros. I mean, the current baseball skill we have is still fine, right? It's pure bum cheeks. Yeah, it's not great, unfortunately. But a skill that actually does look quite good is the Luke skill. So it can be activated if all of the monsters in your constructed deck are dragon monsters, and it contains 4 or more dark attribute monsters with 2500 attack. Now, do I actually have... I thought we did have a thing for that, but we might not. Maybe it's... We'll look at it on here quick. So this is... dragons. That are dark. With an attack stat of exactly 2500. So there aren't that many. We have Mirror Gears. We already have Meta Gears, so this could just be Meta Gear Star, right? This could just be a Meta Gear skill. And they're just like, oh, we're going to do that. But this also could be Clad Soul and Null Strike Dragon Zero Gears, right? So we'll come back to these in a minute, but just this is everything that works with this. Because it has to have exactly 2500 attack. So we don't have many options for what that could be, right? Baseball skills rerun. I mean, this could be the rerun. It'd just be very, very early if it is. Of course, it's the Luke skill. We need a Luke skill that lets us use Flame Ruler. No. So, multi-choice effect. Make the original attack of one face-up level 7 dark attribute monster on your field with 2500 attack become 2800 to the end of this turn. So once again, that can only be Mirror Gears, Meta Gears, Clad Soul, or Zero Gears. It has to be one of those. If the total attack of face-up level 5 or higher monsters on your opponent's... I suppose it has to be dark. Is 1400, 1200, or 4200 or more. So exactly the same as the old skill. Add 1, 2, or 3 the Dragon, and or Fusion, and or Twin Edge Phantom. So it's basically the same as the old skill, except now Twin Edge Phantom Dragon is also thrown in there. And Twin Edge is also only once per duel. Which is like, eh? Where can we put this? That looks fine. So Twin Edge Phantom Dragon. If the only monsters in your graveyard are high dragons and or dragons, change this card's battle position. Choose one face-up level 7 dark attribute monster with 2500 attack. So again, it has to be exactly 2500 attack. Which means, if we use this skill on one of our monsters, we can no longer target it with Twin Edge Phantom Dragon. And if we use Twin Edge Phantom Dragon on one of our monsters, we can no longer use the first part of the skill on that monster. Because it's very awkward. They don't, play well together. But, this turn, that monster gains 500 attack and can make 2 attacks on monsters. So, the logic here is, if we were to use the attack to get 2 attacks on monsters, right? Well, this one can get a bonus attack on a monster during the battle phase. So, because it's a second attack on a monster, I don't know how that works when combining with Phantom Dragon. Because it's a second attack, not another attack, a second attack. So I don't really know how that works. I've never really tried it. I believe this is the same. A second attack on a monster. So I don't know if you can stack extra attacks on these, which is what is leading me to think we could be just getting Clad Soul and Null Strike. And Fusion isn't once per duel? Yeah. Fusion, I believe, is not once per duel, right? Because of the way it's written. Yeah, each card once per duel and or Fusion from your deck. So Fusion should be as many times as you want. You can add 2 Fusion and use 1 discard for Shady? Yes. That is how I understand it. Unless they change it, the text means it so Fusion isn't once per duel. Yes, that is the way I understand it. So this skill is fine. I still hate this shit. I hate the whole, like, you get more searches based on how much attack your opponent's got. I really despise that because it makes, when you're playing against it, it makes you play in a certain way. And you could argue, oh, it means you have counterplay. It means it's more interactive. Really, it basically dissuades you from going all in. And I hate that, personally. But technically, this is a more skill-based skill, but only for your opponent who's playing against it. So it's more like if your opponent plays into it, you get rewarded. And if your opponent doesn't play into it, you might still be rewarded because you might have had nothing to, like, capitalize, or, like, you didn't have a trap card to stop them. So if they had gone all in, they might have got, like, a load of damage. It's very weird. Make sure you can't play aggressively. You have to go for it if they summon the Gears. Yeah, it's very awkward. I don't like it. I really don't like this sort of skill. But the cards we're getting could be really good, right? So we already spoke about the cards that are technically available. So here is Clad Soul. We've actually spoken about this card quite a lot because this card just, again, it just keeps coming up when we're just streaming. You also have to turn off your own skill with Shady a lot. Yes. But it still doesn't mean it's not lame. So either you die to Shady or you do to them, not die to them not having Shady. Well, Mirageus is free, so we can use Cyclone. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. So this is Clad Soul. Send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard. So if you use the skill, you could add spare copy of Fusion to send to the graveyard with this, which is quite good. Send this face-up card from your field to the graveyard, then special summon a level 7 Dragon-type monster from your hand to your field in face-up attack position. The monster summon gains 1500 attack to the end of this turn. So that is also a little bit awkward, because it means you, again, couldn't use this, like, the monster you summon is very unlikely to be used with the skill or with the Phantom Dragon, so there's that. The other boss is Null Strike Dragon Zerogeus. Send 1 level 7 or higher Dragon-type monster from your hand to the graveyard. Change the original attack of one face-up level 8 or lower. So, level 8 or lower is a little bit jank, but you can change it to 0. Then, if this card attacked a monster, it can make a second attack on monster during that battle phase. This is like, it's very late to get this card, I guess, is the way to think about it, but it's kind of eh. I don't think Zerogeus would be good. Yeah, I don't think this is, like, standalone, I don't think this card is very good. This is very good. The problem is summoning it, because you have to summon it using 2 high levels. If the skill helped us out with that, I'd be like, this could actually be a pretty good boss monster. But again, we still don't know if we're getting this, right? We're just being very... We're making assumptions that we're going to get this. But if we did get this, this is still a really good boss monster. It's just getting it out as a pain. But send the top card of your deck to the graveyard. Change the original attack of up to 3 monsters your opponent's field to 0. Can make 2 attacks on monsters. So that's just 6600 damage. Destroy a back row. Then you can special summon a monster from your graveyard to your field face up. So this, the card itself is fantastic. The hard part is getting out. This is a worse Mirageus. Yes? Kind of. It depends how you think about it, I guess. I can have a 4k attack Dragias that can attack twice. You absolutely can. So its cost is so cost or do the fusion. I don't know what you mean by that. O0 looks so dope. OG0. What, just mean like the art? Yeah, the art looks cool. Like, I absolutely love it. Like, his little skinny arms. I don't know, he looks like he's like an undead dragon. I think he looks so cool. I logged in and trapped in maintenance hell. Oh, no. No, Shui. Actual OTK boss? Polly. I mean, yeah, Polly is unironically the best way to get this out. Unironically. I cannot think of a better way to get this out than just polying it. I meant Dragias. Yeah. Dragias is, yeah, again, it's kind of worse, right? Because, right, if you change... Nah. No, it just kind of is. Because this is the same. Changing a level 8 or lower, that's only ever going to be... The best you're going to hit with that is an Ancient Gear Golem. Put it down to 0, it means you've minus 3,000 attack from their board. Dragias... I'm trying to think... How is Dragias worded? Up to 2. Okay, yeah. So it's still going to be 3,000. So the only way to make this quote-unquote like as good as Dragias is if you hit an Ancient Gear Golem. Or I guess like a Blue Eyes? I don't know. Damn, still Rush not gone. Hey, Kim friend, welcome. I compare Dragias with Gigantomachia. You never do Gigantomachia because it's very expensive, and you can still take Shady. Yeah. That's why what we were hoping is when we got these cards, we would have a skill that makes summoning this very, very easy. Like, again, we're assuming we're getting this. This could just be Metageas, right? This could just be Metageas. It would be really boring, but it could just be Metageas. Dragias is only level 7 or lower. True. Dragias better. Dragias better confirmed. We need a poly skill like the Avarice and Warrior returning one. Yeah, I could see that. And then that could be good for the decks that just straight up don't have a skill. Because you know Dinosaur Fusion ain't getting a skill. You know Plant Fusion might not be getting a skill. There's just a lot of fusion decks that just it doesn't feel like they're getting a skill. Even Thunder Fusion doesn't have a skill. We have the Thunder Fusion cards. Is that Darth Victor I see? It's my favorite tomato. Yay, how are you doing? I'm doing great, Victor. How are you doing? Dragias is crazy good. Yeah, the card itself is fantastic. Just getting it out. Mirror lowers 2 by 15. 0 lowers the OG attack to 0. Any buff doesn't change. Yeah, but a buff shouldn't matter most of the time, right? Unless it's like a... I don't know. Like a... Burst Wingman sort of thing. If the skill decreases the tribute, there could be a chance. Yeah, that's what you need. You need a way to, like, summon them for 1 tribute each, right? When did Twin Edge come out? Oh, that's a good question. I think it's still quite new. Like, I'm pretty sure this is still a relatively new card. Twin Edge Phantom Dragon. Let's have a look. So he came out in Burst Rex of Awakening, which came out May 2024. So it's just over a year it's been out. So like it's not crazy new. It came out at the same time as Hybridrive. It came out at the same time as Cyberspice. Some of the better Dice Key support. Dark Matters. So this came out, you know, with the Dark Meister stuff, I guess. What were they called? The Darkmen. That's it, the Darkmen. The Darkmen stuff. I gotta go again, sadly. Just want to say hi. I'm doing horrible to answer your question. I'm currently really sick. Oh, no. I hope you get better soon, Victor. I know you've been saying a bit about your health, but I do hope you're getting better. 0 might be good, too, if they don't have life point gained from Shady. I think it can come, but summoning it should be harder still, yes. I'm feeling kind of sick too. Hope you get better. Dark Matter. Yeah, the Dark Matter stuff's really cool. There's not a ton more to say about this. Again, we are very much speculating as to what we're going to get. I think there is an okay chance that we get the Zero Gear stuff, but again, this could just be Meta Gears. This absolutely could just be Meta Gears, which would be boring, but I think it would make sense also just to be Meta Gears. So, and then the last skill for Rush, Handy Lady. Send one Handy Lady from your hand or field to the graveyard from turn 2 onward. Add one Secret Order from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Now, this skill doesn't say at the moment once per turn. So, if we have a way to keep recycling Handy Lady back into our hand, we could effectively just every turn get a Secret Order, which like isn't bad. Now, this skill doesn't plus, but it could be like a bit of fun, right? This could be like a Miss Mutton type skill or something. Like it's not fantastic, but like there could be some meme stuff we could do with it. Imagine if instead of Zero Gears, we got Zero Gears cards. That is no Neo. I'm not. We're not responding to that. A Handy Lady with nothing else would be disappointing. At least a Free Wind would be nice. Free Wind is an awkward card though, right? So if we take a look quick. So we have Handy Lady. This card, fine. Doesn't have anything attached to it. It's whatever. It's just Handy Lady. This is Piping Hot Delivery. So this is a support card, which is pretty good. Well, I say pretty good. Send one other card from your hand or field to the graveyard. Draw a card. Okay, so it's a -1. Then you can special summon Handy Girl or Cheerful Waitress from your graveyard to your field. So now it goes back to being even. This turn, you can only attack with wind monsters that have 1200 original defense. So this card could come. We'd obviously need Cheerful Waitress, because it doesn't mention anything that we couldn't have, right? But this card in its own is like, it's a bit crap, if we're being honest. And then this is Cheerful Waitress. Face up level 7 or higher wind attribute monsters on your field with 1200 original defense, gain 400 attack. So this is a continuous effect, so that means your Handy Lady is just now a 2800 during your opponent's turn, and you take no battle damage from battles involving this card. It's kind of whatever, right? Then there's Under Dealer. So if you have 10 or more cards in your deck during the turn that you normal summon this card, send a wind attribute monster with 1200 defense from your hand to the graveyard to draw a card, so break even. Then if you have 2 or more trap cards in your graveyard, you can add a Vivid Head or Phantom Float from your graveyard to your hand, so that's now a +1. So I mean, that's not bad. And then Vivid Head, send the top card of your deck to the graveyard, excavate the top 3. You can send up to 2 excavated wind attribute monsters with 1200 defense and or trap cards to the graveyard. Place the other cards in the graveyard. So this is just mill some cards. That's fine. And then Phantom Float. If you have a trap card in your graveyard during the turn that you normal summon this card, or normal, yeah, it has to be normal summon. Shuffle 2 wind attribute monsters with 1200 defense from your graveyard into the deck. Make 1 face-up monster on your opponent's field, lose attack, equal to the number of trap cards in your graveyard times 500 to the end of this turn. So this is actually pretty good, but it relies on having traps in the graveyard, right? So none of these cards are like crazy, none of them are overpowered, none of them are like insane, but they can all come to the game, right? Because none of them say anything that we wouldn't want to have in the game, right? So then we have Sign Printing. So you have a face at level 7 or higher wind attribute monster in your field, draw 1 card. Okay, so it goes even. Then if you have Handy Lady face up the field, you can special summon 1 monster from your hand, face it to your field. Again, not a great card, but like it's fine, right? Whatever, it can come out. A smile is already enough of a response. Are you Portuguese too? Louise is British. Louise is definitely British, 100% British. That effect isn't whatever, actually. It incentivizes you to leave her face up to buff lady without the risk of getting her pegged by Eternal Oblivion. Well, the issue is that what your opponent can then do is just attack over her, and then the attack boost goes away. So it's like you summon out just a guy, swing over the 1000, you deal 0 damage, and then you just attack over the now 2400 shade. What's her name? I've already forgotten what her name is. Handy Lady. So it's like kind of whatever, right? So some of the trap cards we could get. Encountering the Unknown. When an opponent's level 8 or lower monster declares an attack, where you have a face at level 7 or higher, Omega Psychic or Psychic. Again, level 8 or lower is the real bad part of this. Return the attacking monster to the owner's hand. Very strong effect, but only level 8 or lower. Then if you have a face of Handy Lady, you can add a level 3 or lower monster from your graveyard to your hand. That's not bad. And then we have Hack for the Intel. So this card's name becomes Secret Order while in the graveyard. When your opponent conducts a normal draw during their draw phase, select one win attribute monster 1200 defense in your graveyard, add it to your hand, or special summon it to your field. So you could put this back in your hand if you want to activate the skill again, for example, to get like Secret Order back, or you just summon a 24, right? Then, if you have Handy Lady face up on your field, you can send one random card from your opponent's hand to the graveyard. So hand ripping can be very, very strong. So, again, this card potentially could come out. It's not saying anything, like, bad. It's not, like, mentioning a card that we don't already have in the game, or that we wouldn't have in the game. Or that we wouldn't want to have in the game, I suppose. All of the Handy Lady support without New Start shouldn't even be powerful. Hack for the Intel is traditional attacks, but 50% discount. I mean, kind of, right? Traditional attacks makes your opponent discard 2, but this gives you a plus. So it's like, the difference in card economy is the same, where you're still always like plus 2ing or minus 2ing. I'm more excited for Tiger. I mean, yeah, I think Tiger's cards could be really good. I think the skills are, like, fine for Tiger. It'd be interesting to see what actually happens, though. Metagears is cool, but I don't better than Light Galaxy. I don't think any of these decks are going to just be better than Light Galaxy. Light Galaxy is so good. That's the issue. Brazilian, so you speak Spanish? We should be getting hit with ads soon, so I'm kind of, like, resilient or reluctant to continue on at the moment. But the ads haven't come yet. So maybe we can just continue. But you know the second we do. No, there they go. There goes the ads. Alright, we'll wait. We'll wait for the ads. I hope we get a Go Rush character next for Rush. Unless it's Go Hyuga or Otus. Yeah, there's the ads. It's fine. We always pause for the ads. We always pause for the ads. In terms of, like, new characters, I think we are due a Go Rush character, especially because I feel like we really want to accelerate the Go Rush card pool. And in order to do that, we need the Go Rush characters, right? Tiger is what, the third Sevens character this year? It was what? It was Tiger, Yuka, and who was before Yuka? Who was before Yuka? Who came out before Yuka? Was it Manabu before Yuka? We need Samu Ramen as an actual character? No, we're not getting that. We're realistically not getting that. Manabu. Okay, I thought it was Manabu. Yeah, but it was just like which character just came out before Yuka in general, right? Because Manabu feels like he came out so long ago. Like, so long ago. Like, Yuka still feels kind of fresh. But Manabu was ages ago. Like, the gap between Yuka and Tiger almost feels too small. Yuka is so bad. Why do you hate Yuka so much, Louise? What's up, man? What's up? Do you want to talk about it? Do you want to talk about your hatred for Yuka? They are over. Welcome back, United. We were just yapping. We were just, like, talking shit during the ads. The gap is fine. More cards faster is what we want. The issue is, though, like, for example, it would be weird if we got Go Rush Maximums without Phaser. So I want Phaser to come out quickly so we can get Go Rush Maximums quickly, right? Like, that's the way I'm thinking about it. Like, I want Contact Fusion to come sooner than later. So I want the Contact Fusion guys to come to the game. But I don't know who would be the Contact Fusion duelist. Because the first person we see use Contact Fusion is... Who is the first person we see? Is it Sabius? Or is it... Do we see Contact Fusion in the Zuijo Darkmeister duel first? Or do we see it with Sabius? No, because Sabius doesn't use Contact. No, yeah. Sabius... The first Dark Matter cards use Fusion, right? Don't they? And then it's only Dark Matter Dragon that is the Contact. And then Zuijo's the second Contact Fusion guy? God, it's been so long. It's been so long. Yeah, so Darkmeister. So Darkmeister would be... the character I would expect to debut Contact, in the same way I would expect Phaser to debut Go Rush Maximums. It's not his Phaser yet, though. The Dark Matter Leader. Hello, Bismuth, by the way. Welcome, welcome. Darkmeister. Yuamu, Yezwijo, Darkmeister. I don't like Yuka coming because she took the place of something more important like Rovian or the Lug. I don't know if I agree with that because I think they were always planning to do A7's character. So if anything, I think she took Tiger's spot and then bumped Tiger back is the way to think about it. Because there aren't that many 7's characters left. In terms of like these kind of must-be characters, we have what? Yuga Goha and then like Otus. And that's it. Like other than that, it's all like side characters that would just be kind of like slot in wherever they want. Like we have like every major character. I mean, after that, who is like the next? Who's next on the list to bring out from 7's after Yuga Goha and Otus? Like I don't know. At that point, I'm just like guessing, right? Like Hunt, if they want to do dinosaurs, but we've already got all the dinosaur stuff, so we don't need him. When Dark Matter Emperor Dragon debuts, I don't want cards faster. The current pace is fine. I need time to collect gems. It's more about... I want things... I don't necessarily want more cards faster. I want specific cards faster, right? So, for example, we've already kind of skipped over, like, the jersey stuff. We've skipped over chairs. We've skipped over all of the water and the fish stuff. We've skipped over, like, the cats. We'll probably get those, like, with the rest of the cats when we eventually get to them. Like, there's a lot of stuff we skipped over. And so what I kind of want to do is skip over some of the mid stuff and move forward to, like, the real fun shit. And I think the real fun shit, like, the next real good stuff is going to be Go Rush Maximums. So I just want to get into Go Rush Maximums. And then when we're there, then we can slow down a bit, right? But I just want to get to that stage. Gonna get Contact in this next big update. Meister is already in the game. Just add Contact, whatever. Imagine big Maximum box with Abyss Cracker, Abyss Poseidra, Devastator Oki Abyss, Lord of Galactica, and Full Metal Magnum Overload. I mean, we still don't even have Skystream, so... Yeah, the pace is fine, but it's slower than speed, so when new box don't do anything, the meta feels instantly boring. Yes, that is the other issue. Is we need to have meta shakeups more often. Again, we don't need more cards. Like, we don't need like a release like every single month. But I want every time a set comes out, I want it to have an impact. And again, I want to like get to the interesting stuff and then slow down, right? Like the interesting stuff that we hit was basically like galaxy fusions, like the light galaxy stuff, the dark galaxy stuff. But the issue is we hit that. And we've done nothing since. We haven't, like, got any of the other really cool fusion decks. We haven't really done anything. Like, we had baseball come into the game. Join Tech is hanging out, I guess. And that's kind of it. Is that Mila Nesso I see in the chat? Hello, hello, Mila Nesso. Welcome, welcome. I haven't spoken to you in ages. I hope you're doing okay. We were talking about you the other day, Mila. And I think it was Yaden was saying that you were retired. And we were like, no, Mila must come back. Maybe Plant Guys or Dino Guy. Yeah, I think Rans or Rons. I don't remember what her English name is, but I think she would be pretty good to come into the game. Literally no one. Just go on with Go Rush. Rip. 7's doesn't have much character compared to Go Rush. Yeah, 7's has a lot of like one-off characters that show up, duel once, and then just get forgotten about. That's kind of 7's MO. Well, plus it's like half the length, right? Yotomato was on vacation? Well, I hope you had a good vacation, Mila. Hope you had a great time. Now you're going to come back, enter all the tournaments, destroy everyone. I believe. Back in all of the wars as well. Like GX. Yeah, GX is another, like, good example of that, where they just have, like, a bunch of one-off duels. Some of the duels in GX are really, really good, but they do have a lot of, like, one-off characters. Like, remember that time Jaden duels a monkey? Do you remember the time there's a guy who just, like, grabs cards out of a waterfall to get good at drawing the magic egg witch, or whatever it was? There was also the guy who is, like, what was it, like, one duelist on top of another duelist who go around beating up obelisk blue bullies and stealing their jackets. There's a lot of weird shit in GX. A lot of weird shit in GX. Go Rush also had some of that too. Oh, it absolutely did. But I think Go Rush was more character driven and it had more of like a cohesive plot. That they wanted to tell a very specific story. And I think it worked quite well in that. Out of curiosity, do you know why Dragias is now publishing the leaks on another page? I have no idea. I would assume it's because of something. Right, again, this is entirely speculation, so don't read anything into this. Do not take this as fact whatsoever. I would assume it's something to do with, like, Decade and potentially trying to work with Konami, and Konami don't like leaks being on the website. Something along those lines. Because obviously, Brad himself clearly doesn't mind the leaks because he's put his own name on the new website. I would assume it's something to do with that. But again, I don't know. I do not know. Dark Magician Girl versus Judai. Oh, that was a good episode, though. That was a good episode. Everyone in cosplay. The dueling monkey from the lab, still in my nightmares. He was great. He goes, I love the because I watched it in English as well. So I just remember him with, like, the robotic voice. He's like, monkey see, monkey do, summon berserk gorilla. It's so good. It's so good. Like, it's so cheesy, but that is GX to a T, especially, like, the first season. Arguably, the first 2 seasons are just so cheesy, and I love them. I love them so much. The chill monkey Moki Moki dude? Oh, the Moki Moki dude. It was so good. What was his name in English? It was Wazowski? I think it was Wazowski. That's the goat. Fuck Despia, Moki Moki is the goat. True. I like the design of the new page. Yeah, the new page looks really nice. It does look really, really nice. Brad doesn't want to post actual leaks on Decade's site because Decade would get in trouble. There we go. Assuming that Shui knows that for a fact. I mean, Shui, you're a mod for Brad, right? So I assume you have, like, the inside scoop either way. But yeah. It is what it is. I guess we'll talk about the rest of the Handy Lady stuff, since we're kind of halfway through and the ads did hit. But this is Freewind. So this is the card that someone mentioned earlier. I forget who. We've been doing a lot of yapping. United said it. United said Freewind would be nice. So the reason I doubt we're going to get Freewind, right, is because this says you contribute some of this card on attack position by contributing 1 wind attribute monster 1200 defense. That's fine. That's all fine. During the main phase that you normal special summon this card, add a Handy Lady or Handy Girl from your grave to your hand. Then if you have 2 or more trap cards in your graveyard, you can choose about position of a monster. So most of this is fine, except this. This is the bit I don't think we can have. And the reason why is because Handy Girl says, during the main phase that you normal special summon this card, place 1 card from your hand on the bottom of your deck. Add Handy Lady from your graveyard to your hand. Again, that's fine. Then if you have no face-up level 8 fusion monsters in your field, you can fusion summon by sending 2 wind attribute monsters of 1200 original defense from your hand and or field to the graveyard as material. Now, I don't think Konami would release this unless they gave us the fusion monster to go with it, because it's weird, right? If we had Handy Partners, which is like one of the only fusion monsters that's even legally able to be summoned by this, during the main phase that you fusion summon this card, send the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard. Then you can set 1 trap card from among the cards sent, or Secret Order, or New Start, from your graveyard to your spell and trap zone. So I don't think we could get, I don't think we can get Handy Partners without New Start, which means I don't think we can get Handy Girl without Handy Partners without New Start. I don't think we can get Freewind without Handy Girl, which we can't get without Handy Partners, which we can't get without New Start. That is kind of my logic of thinking about it, right? Now, we could get New Start. The issue is, the Handy deck would be so powerful. Like, it would be, even without a real skill, this deck is just New Start Turbo. The entire strategy is just get New Start on the field every single turn. And then you can also combine this with Shiny Shady, which is so powerful, right? Like, combining those two cards together is so good, because you can activate New Start on a normal summon, draw up to 5 cards, then discard a card for Shady. It's like they already like combo together really, really well. Handy is an archetype. Yes, Handy is it's quite a new archetype. Like it's just come out in the OCG. It all leads back to New Start. Oh hell no. I mean basically, right? Getting everything would be handy. Are you okay, Neo? Are you just like machine gunning puns at this point? Is that all we're doing? New Start, my beloved. I say, all right, so New Start is really good, right? This is a really cool trap. It's really, really powerful. The issue is it's really good. We'll put the chat back on the screen for now as well, because I think we're kind of done with needing that side of the screen for now. If we need to turn it off again, we'll turn it off again. Where is chat? I've lost you, chat. I've lost you. There you are. Bam. There we go. So New Start is kind of insane. So when your opponent normal summons a monster, place a level 7. Now again, this isn't a level 7 normal monster. This is a level 7. Any level 7 monster or Secret Order from your graveyard in the bottom of your deck. The reason this card is so good is because you don't just play this in decks that have level 7s. You don't just play this in decks that have normal level 7s. You don't just play this in Secret Order decks. You play this in any deck that plays level 7 monsters. So just, do you have level 7 boss monsters in your deck? You can play New Start, and it's really good. Your opponent does a normal summon, you flip this over, and their normal summon goes away. Now, you can try and hold New Start for like a really opportune time, but a lot of the time, you can just flip this over on your opponent's first normal summon of the turn, and that can just end their turn, just immediately. Like, you don't need a lot of thought with New Start. You just kind of use it, and most of the time, you're going to be fine. Like, it's very, you know, it lights up, click button, go, right? So it's very, very, very powerful. And because, again, you draw till you hold 5, that means if you don't lose any of those cards before your turn, you'll draw a card for turn and have 6. So you also get a +1 out of it as well, which is so good. Like, it's so good. I'd rather insects get Lair Wire than every deck getting New Start. I mean, that would be really cool if insects got Lair Wire, but I don't think we're going to get it. In my opinion, if Konami makes an insect skill to help deal with the opponent's levels, insects would be great. You would still have... So the skill would also have to do a little bit of searching and probably have a plus. If you had a skill that could give you a +1 every turn, even if it was like a really shit +1, like, I don't know, every turn take a normal level 1 insect from your graveyard and put it in your hand or something, right? Just so it doesn't have to be like a good +1, just like a way to plus, because then that alleviates the difficulty of summoning double tribute monsters. Because I mean, if you take a look at the current skills that we're getting, this doesn't do anything to really help us get bosses out, and that's why this kind of feels a bit awkward, right? This one lets us summon monsters for 1 tribute less. This one lets you summon monsters for 1 tribute less. As well as the fact that we have other skills now that do a similar thing, like we have the Join Tech skill that lets us summon for 1 tribute less. A lot of skills just give us pluses, like the experimental skill from Pyro that like gets you 2 bodies back to your hand. You get like a boss monster, I think, and a low-level monster, which is just half of tribute fodder, which is just really, really good. We need Delirium Embrace Unlimited for insects to be tiered. It's the only way, Konami. Siblix go blur. I don't... Oh, okay. Thanks, music. I don't think... I think insects will need a little bit more, personally, but you never know, right? The other New Start card is this one, which is the other card I don't think we're going to get. So this is First Cat Search. You have 10 or more cards in your deck, send the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard. Then you can add a Secret Order, Cross Target, Sign Printing, or New Start. And again, I don't think we'll get this because it has this word on it. New Start. Well, I guess it's 2 words. This turn you can only attack with wind monsters, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, I don't think we'll get this card either. It comes back to New Start, right? Now, we could, like we were saying, we could just get Handy Lady. But if we are going to get more Handy Lady stuff, I think it's likely to be things like Piping Hot Delivery, Cheerful Waitress, Under Dealer, Vivid Head, Phantom Float, Sign Printing, Encountering the Unknown, and Hack for the Intel. I think these are the cards that we could get. I doubt we're going to get the rest of it. 50% off. Damn it, Tomato. Why is the dragon skill back? Yeah, I don't know, Sora. I despise this so much. It's funny as well, there are very few people that have come in and been like, yeah, Luke skill. Everyone's like, why is it this skill again? Anything but this. Because again, I was even saying in Discord, I'm happy for a new Luke skill. Because I just wanted a new skill that Luke can use, that you use with the dragons, that doesn't specifically have this line on it. Which is like, check your opponent's board. If they have lots of attack, you get to add more stuff. I hate that. I hate it so much. I despise it. Is it just as big? Hey, we are adding Metagears. It could just be. It could absolutely be that. We were talking about this earlier, how it's either just Metagears, or it's going to be Clad Soul, Null Striking Dragon 0 Dragias, and then Void Strike Dragon 0 Dragias. So it's going to be one of the two, right? I am kind of leaning... I don't know. The big issue I have with it is... this guy, Twin Edge... he makes it so you can make up to 2 attacks on monsters. But Metagears can already make a second attack on monsters. But I don't know how it interacts with Twin Edge. If you can just get the bonus attack on Metagears after he gets his second attack, or his second attack is only countered after he's already attacked twice with Twin Edge, maybe that would be fine. I really don't know how this interaction works. I'd have to get up EDO and see if it works on that. I'm finding few skills. I think there will be decks that will gain support without gaining new skills. I mean, potentially. They absolutely could. But it's almost impossible to predict what they're going to be. From there, I guess I want to take a look at the speed stuff. I have not really looked at any of the speed stuff yet. So... whoa, hold. Chaz Princeton. Mutants? Do we have any mutants in the game right now? That's not how you spell mutant. So we don't have any of the mutants yet. I do quite like mutants. I think this is a cool deck. Alright, let's quickly go through some of this stuff. So, can I use this skill's first and second effects once per turn? At the beginning of your main phase, send up to 2 Wind Dragon Ruler monsters from your hand to the graveyard. Then draw the same number of cards. From turn 2 onwards, reveal a Wind Dragon Ruler monster in your hand and add a Wind Dragon Ruler with a different level than that monster from your deck to your hand. That is a big meh from me. Duel Academy. This skill's first and second effect can be used twice per duel. Play a Duel Academy from your hand or deck, face up to your field. If played from the hand, draw 2 cards. Oh, this goes first effect. Why is it? Oh, is there a second effect? I mean, it might be that it hasn't been finished yet, or I don't know. What does this do? This card gains these effects based on the types of monsters on the field. Warriors, beasts, or pyro. Once per turn, you can activate a trap card. You can target 1 card your opponent controls, destroy it. Dinosaur, Sea Serpent, Thunder. Once per turn, if you activate a spell card, you can inflict 1000 damage. Machine, Fairy, Fiend. Once per turn, if you activate a monster's effect, you can target 1 face-up monster you control and it gains 1000 attack. Okay. The Wind Dragon Ruler is pretty good. I've never really been a big Dragon Ruler fan, personally. Pot of Greed skill. Handy Lady, Music Princess, Gears, Psychics, that all sounds like a whole mini box to me. Struggling to see what new themes. I mean, they could just put in like some low rarity stuff though. Like they absolutely could. Yeah, I mean this is kind of a +3, right? The issue is, how many copies of Duel Academy do you run? Because if you open it, that sucks. And if you can use it twice, you want to be playing at least 2. So do you play 3 just to guarantee, or to try and guarantee you can activate the skill twice? Maybe it doesn't matter. Right, you go. You can use the skill's first and second effects once per duel and only once per turn. Before you normal draw, place a Speedroid card or a Wind Dragon/Machine monster on top of your deck. What? Before your normal draw, place... What, from your hand? 2, reveal one Speedroid card or one Wind Dragon. Let me just hit refresh, see if there's been like an update to this or not. Doesn't look like it. Reveal a Speedroid card or one Wind Dragon machine monster from your hand and either shuffle it into the deck or send it to the graveyard, then draw 2 cards. This doesn't seem as good as their current skill. They still haven't fixed the PvP. Oh no. That's not ideal. I just wake up, sorry if I'm kind of lost. Is the skill 3 of Tiger the way to go? So we were talking about this. We'll just cover this quickly for Sora's sake. So this is like the obvious skill of like, this is going to allow you to basically make a fusion monster and have 2 cards left in hand, which is quite nice. Tiger skill 4, we were saying this could be pretty good. And the main reason this can be okay is because it doesn't have any deck building restrictions. So this doesn't lock you into warriors, it doesn't lock you into winds, you can just put whatever you want in there. So this could be okay. The downside is you have to hard summon everything. So like if you want to summon out Digisoon, you have to like normal summon Tribute 2 to get this out, and then just hope your opponent doesn't have a like a Shiny Shady or something. But like this could be okay depending on the situation. That's kind of what we came to. In Maids, you can discard the Wind Dragon Ruler plus the Wind Maid to get Dragon Monster to hand. It gets banished, it adds the Wind Dragon to hand. The question is though, would you do that? Would you do that over just playing the Dragon Maid skill? So I don't think you would. Is that CZ in the chat? Is there a reason why we can't get the anime music in the game as background music? I assume it's a licensing thing, but I genuinely don't know, because you would think that it's all run by the same company, so they have like everything they need, but like sometimes it can get weird, like if they outsourced any of it, or if a company like made it that's no longer like working with Konami, like there can be weird things with that, so like you never really know. We have a Fire Dragon Ruler skill and it sees 0 play. Yes, I think that isn't Blaster limit 1? I don't actually know if that's true or not. My impression of this Yugo skill is we already have a Speedroid skill that I think seems better than this. Speedroid is currently a tier 1 deck, so I don't know why we're giving Yugo another skill right now. This is a bit weird. Blaster is free. Ah, I see. I mean, it's one of those weird ones as well where like the Dragon Rulers were like OP when they came out in TCG, right? But they were only really OP because we had like really strong rank 7s to go into, like what's the aeroplane called? Y'all know the one. So you'd go like Dragon Ruler, overlay it into the aeroplane, use its effect to summon like 2 tokens, and then like go from there, right? But we don't have, well, we didn't have. We're way past like the time where they would be amazing. So like, I don't know. No, but if the Wind Ruler skill is coming, the new Ruler is coming, so you can just use the Maid skill with the new support, Wind Ruler. I guess the question then becomes, is it even worth it? Like, do you need it? Because the Dragon Maid deck is quite consistent anyway. The issue it has is that it doesn't necessarily outperform the better decks in the format, right? It's kind of been power creep. I don't know if a little bit of consistency is going to make up for that, I guess is my concern. The speed skills are so weird. I mean, we haven't gotten through them all yet. Breaker, the Magical Warrior. First and second effects once per duel. Add Breaker from your deck to your hand. So once per duel, add Breaker from deck to hand. If only your opponent controls a monster, draw 1 card. Then shuffle 1 card from your hand to the deck. So, plus 0. This turn, you can normal summon 1 Breaker in addition to your normal summon or set. So, like, rank 4 deck could use this. If you're just playing, like, a generic Link deck that doesn't have a skill, I guess you could play this. Summon it, pop a back row, then link it off or overlay it. I think Maids are fine, but their skill is too weak compared to the other stuff we have. Well, the issue that Maids have in my eyes is that they do like an Omni and then like a bounce, and then they have like a few other little like things they do, but that's kind of it, right? Like you can like get your guys off the board and stuff, but like nothing like to actually interact. So I don't know, it just feels a bit weird to me. But then again, I haven't played Maids in ages, so. Right, Chaz Princeton. This skill's second effect can be used once per duel. You cannot normal summon or special summon monsters, excluding special summons to the deck, except wind dragon monsters and or armed dragons. Reveal a level 7 wind dragon monster in your hand. Add 2 armed dragon monsters for different levels from your deck to your hand. Then set 1 armed dragon monster in your hand to your field. Spell position can be changed. If you set armed dragon from level 10, this monster will be treated as a special summon by the effect of an armed dragon monster. Okay. I mean, at least it's Chaz using the monster instead of Jaden. That's something. They have seals now? Oh, that you are right. You are absolutely right. I forgot they had seals. Breaker is one of the promotional cards for Worlds, I think. Breaker is such a cool card as well, by the way. I know, I think it was Simo said this was like his favorite card. I have always loved this card. But then again, it's very nostalgia for me, right? Like, I played this card, like, when it came out, right? Like, way, way, way back when. Right, we should be having ads now. So, again, we're just going to take a little break to the ads go away. The annoying ads. Ruining all of our fun. So while we wait for that, let me see if anything's been posted anywhere. See if there's any new information for me to siphon. That's what we do here. We siphon. Doesn't look like it. The issue with Maids is that the skill locks you to summon Maids only. If it didn't, you could play Super Poly, Albaz. I mean, I think that's the point though, right? Is we want skills to be restrictive so that people do only play their deck. Otherwise, you don't really want people just all playing pile decks and like staple piles. I think it's kind of boring, but I don't know. Maybe I'm in the minority. I don't know. Breaker, the draw monster card. What was that card even called? Like Berserker something? Doro monster card. Doro monster card. Classic, classic. So I've also been watching, I started watching Dylan, Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything, doing his Yu-Gi-Oh! Rewatch, where he watches it in Japanese, and I've never watched DM in Japanese, and I've actually been really, really enjoying it. So I watched, the big ones was the Arcana versus Yugi, where they had the actual buzzsaws, because I've only watched it in English, right? So for me, it was always the Shadow Realm discs that will touch you and send you to the Shadow Realm. And obviously, you know, a lot of other stuff gets censored. But the other really interesting duel that I watched was the Yugi versus Yugi versus Strings being mind controlled by Marek. And that duel is so good, man. Like, it's one of those things, rewatching DM, you forget, like, how good DM was. DM was so good. Like, I don't dislike any of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Series, really. But DM hits so different, man. It's so good. It's so ridiculously good. Alright, Chaz skill. Just kind of That's kind of how I feel about it. Mutants. You can only use this skill's second and third effects once per duel. At the beginning of your first turn, place Mutant Evolution Lab from outside of your deck face down in your field zone. During your turn, you cannot normal summon or special summon monsters except mutants, excluding summons from the extra deck. Alright, so this is, when this card is activated, you can special summon one level 4 or lower mutant monster from your hand, or that is banished. Mutant monsters you control gain 100 attack, each of your banished mutant cards with different names. Once per turn, during your main phase, you can place one mutant monster from your hand, the bottom of your deck, and draw one card. Okay, so it's just a bunch of consistency stuff. Shuffle one mutant card from your hand into the deck, draw a card. That's to get rid of the bosses, because you don't want to just have your hand full of bosses. If only your opponent controls a monster, add a mutant card from your deck to your hand, then send one mutant card from your deck to the graveyard. That third part is really good. This is basically the same as the Despia skill. I also don't dislike any Yu-Gi-Oh! Series, but man, Arc 5 counting could use a retelling of the story, not counting the manga. I would like to see... what was it they did for Dragon Ball Z? Like Dragon Ball Z Kai, or whatever it was? Where like they skimmed out just a lot of the fat. I would like to see that for Arc 5. Like Arc 5 could do with just like... You could probably remove about like 20% of the Arc 5 episodes and it would be better for it. And then you just like do just a couple of small changes, right? Like change the ending, change the Zark fight, because Zark is just kind of lame. And then there's like just a couple of other little tweaks. And I think you could really make Arc 5 something really special that a lot of people really vibe with. But as it is, it's like... What's the best way to like describe Arc 5? It's like... As a complete package, it is very jank. It has a lot of negatives. But it does have some amazing characters. It does have some amazing duels. It does have some amazing like parts. It's just because that consistency isn't there, it's not consistently good the whole time. It ends up falling a little bit flat. That's how I look at it. Diminish the Lances / Synchro tournament. Yeah, the entire Synchro arc is so awkward. Some of the Synchro stuff is cool, but it lasts so long. And like so much of it is like, oh, Yuya's on his own in a hotel room waiting for the tournament to start. And it's like, come on guys, let's just get through it. Just get through it. Season 1 was great. Yeah, Season 1 was amazing. Season 1 was like peak Yu-Gi-Oh! Like absolutely incredible. The individual pieces are great, but when paired up, they get diminished. I think there are still some bits that are a bit bad. Like, the beginning of the Synchro arc is arguably pretty good, and the end is pretty good, and some of the middle is pretty good, but the majority is kind of bad. The Heartland arc is like, it's good in places, but again, there's a lot of like, like when Kite shows up, or Kaito shows up, it is so good. It's unbelievably good. I also really like the Amazoness duelists, and I like their tag duel. Edo is obviously a little bit... It was cool to see Edo, because I like him from GX, but didn't really like him in Arc 5. And then the Fusion Dimension bit, everything was like, okay. And like I say, there's bits and pieces I like, and bits and pieces I don't. The Tyler Sisters, yeah, the Tyler Sisters were great. Mutant, I think mutants could be pretty good. But again, it depends what they... Again, it's hard to say, because I like the mutant cards. But it depends if they get absolutely everything. And then even then, like, some of their stuff is, like, really strong. Like, one of these, I remember being really, really good. But again, with like, skills. Because the issue is, I don't think the skill here is super great. So I don't know. In my opinion, they had too many characters in the tournaments. It made it take too long to finish. I think... I don't mind there being too many characters in the tournament. I think if you're a minor character, make the duel short. Right? If you're a minor character, I don't need to see you have a two episode duel, right? Just get in there, do your thing, get out. There's a lot of shows that do tournament arcs, and they, like, people outstay their welcome a little bit, when you can just have someone get absolutely bodied by, like, an OTK. That's completely fine. You don't need to have massive long duels for all of it. So, like, in, I think it was in the first season, when it was, like, Silvio, and he's playing, or Sawatari, and he's playing the, what's the cards called that return to the hand at the end of the turn? Is it Yosenju? I really like that duel. Like, I think that duel was, like, really, really cool. When he, like, I believe that was the first time he did Pendulum Summons. But I'm like, yeah, I wanted that duel to last longer, if anything. Alright, let's take a look at this Quinton skill. Yeah, Yosenju, there you go. You can only use this skill's second effect once per duel. This skill can only be used / applied if your deck / extra deck contains 15 or more level / rank 9 monsters. Okay. How big is the extra deck? Is it 9 at the moment in speed? Needle Shooter, Monarch, Yosenju, then Abyss. Yeah. I didn't really like the Monarch deck that he had. I liked the Needle Shooter deck, 'cause it was weird. I really liked the Yosenju deck, and Abyss Actors are peak, right? Abyss Actors are great. His duel versus Yu Yu was great. Yeah, I think all of his duels with Yu Yu really are great. He's just one of my favorite characters. Anytime that Sawatari's dueling, I'm like, more. We need more. So you cannot special summon monsters with a level from your extra deck. Each turn, you can normal summon to set one level 9 monster in addition to your normal summon set. Then you can normal summon / set one level 9 monster without tributing. Okay. I don't know if there's anything busted you can do with that. If only your opponent controls a monster, shuffle 2 cards from your hand or field into the deck to set a Dyson Sphere from your extra deck to your field. Battle position can be changed. And attach 1 Planet Pathfinder and 1 Solid Windjammer from outside of your deck to it. Then you can add 1 Xyz spell card from your deck to your hand. Aha. Calamity coming soon. I mean, if we did get Calamity, I'd play Fluffles again. Because, right, you can quite easily get out 2 Cruel Whales in a single turn. And they're both level 9. So, like, just saying. Just saying. But hello, Nelkpoof. Well, welcome, welcome. This does work with level 9 Cosmo. What is the level 9 Cosmo? Let's have a look. Dark Eclipser. So, during either player's turn, when a trap card is activated, you can banish 1 Cosmo monster from your graveyard and negate the activation if you do destroy that card. Only negates traps. Okay. If this card is destroyed by a battle or card effect, you can just, does the Cosmo thing. I mean, obviously, it's no Dark Destroyer. Alright, Japanese dub is cool and stuff, but have you heard of Schmaden Schmooky? Everyone knows Schmaden Schmooky. There's this guy at Duel Academy who copied my deck. I won't name names, but let's just call him Schmaden Schmooky. So good. So good. That GX is just amazing, man. It's just amazing. I wonder if the skill clashes with a Cleafort Skybase. Right. We're getting there. I don't know a ton about the Clees. Apoclee. Well, if I spelt it right, that'd be a good start. So level 9 requires 3 Clee monsters to normal summon / set. How does that work? I assume you then couldn't summon this for free with the skill, because it requires 3. And you're tribute summoning it without tribute, right? So I think you would still need them. I don't think this works with it. Normal summon / set. Mind you, it doesn't... It says without tributing. But yeah, it says to normal summon or set it. You need to tribute 3 clay. So I'm pretty sure you can't use it. I mean, he has the lines, and I want a Cosmo skill. It could work. Skill is probably hinting at generators. Well, we know we're getting generators, right? Like, they've already been in the code for a while, so they're coming eventually. I still don't really know how we're going to make the generators work. Because, like... we can only have, like, what, 1 on the field at a time? Because we're not going to have enough room to summon all the tokens? I mean, I guess they'll be fine. They'll just be weird, right? Yeah, we got the generator cards leaked, and it could fit with the skill. It's one of those things. I think generators are, like, a really cool, like, idea. In that it's really cool to just, like, cheat giant guys out, and having, like, very easy negates is also really cool. So I think a lot of people will gravitate towards these, sort of similar to Time Lords. Like, I think a lot of people kind of gravitated towards Time Lords, and you see a lot of them on the ladder. And I think you could start to see generators do a similar thing to that, kind of fill that void. We also had a card trader update today. You know, we got Phantasm Spiral Dragon. This card doesn't really do anything. Like, this card's claim to fame is that with a field spell, it can attack over 3,000 guys. Is that Cyclone Valley in the chat? Welcome, welcome. And then we have Prime Mineral Congrate. Must be summoned with a card effect. If a monster is sent from your opponent's hand or deck to the graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand in face down defense position. If this card is flipped face up, you can target 2 cards on the field and destroy them. And as a rock. I mean, would you play this in, like, Adamanticators? Like, I don't know. I don't really know where we're supposed to play this. Like, I know this card did see a decent amount of play, but I don't know where we play it in Duel Links, is the thing. I guess it being a rock isn't too important. Yeah, I'm not really sure what we do with it. I guess with that, we've kind of gone over all the new stuff. Why would you play Adamanticator at all? Because the deck's cool, even if it's not very good, okay? The deck's fine, it's cool, we like it. We also have Gamescom. So everyone's probably already got this code, and, you know, got their stuff, which is cool. But I don't know if, because there's a Gamescom campaign, if they're going to be doing anything at Gamescom. Because they're having their opening, like, show tonight in, like, 4 hours. So, like, maybe I'll watch the stream and see if they announce any Duel Links stuff. I doubt it, but, like, they might. My PvP arena is working. Was working, but it isn't anymore. Well, that is a shame. That is a big shame. Typing it now so I can use it later. I'm coping for a new world announcement. I think if they're gonna do a new world, I think they'd save it for Worlds, right? Like, surely you save it for Worlds. Because they want as many people to watch it as possible, right? Duel Links 2 announced. The issue with a Duel Links 2 is we've only kind of recently got Rush. And it would be like, and now go play a different game. And I'd be like, Alt skins reveal? I mean, they could, but again, that also seems like the sort of thing they do at Worlds. And Worlds is only, like, it's less than 2 weeks away. So it seems weird to announce anything when they're doing their own big show in less than 2 weeks, right? Didn't China get Duel Links 2 that's like Legacy Duels only? So they have, I think it's in the same app, like you just have to boot the same thing, but instead of going like Duel Links mode, they go to like Legacy Duel mode, where they can get like their own bits and bobs going on. It's weird. It is very weird. I guess we'll quickly go over the new Rush Duel OCG stuff. So Gears Charge of the Nova. So this is the new set we're getting. And guess what, guys? It's a Gears set. So anything in here could come out soon, since we're getting a new Gears skill in Duel Links. There's nothing like crazy here, but it's like the next core booster, Gears Charge of the Nova, has been confirmed to release on November 29th. And will contain brand new monsters related to Multi-Strike Dragon, Dragias used by Luke in the anime series Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s, as well as legend cards that include dragon monsters that are well known in the official card game. It also includes the game's highest rarity over Rush Rare, with 8 being alternate foils of the packed Ultra Rares, 9th also being over Rush Rare Premium Black version. I mean, that's exciting. I predict Gears, Contact, Fusion, or Ritual. I mean, a Ritual would go hard, to be honest. So the other thing we have is confirmed reprints for the Monarch structure. We're getting Wilhel, Estrom, the other Wilhel, the other Estrom, Zeus, Hebe, Advanced Form, Royal Wisdom Guards, Satellite Soldier. There's nothing like super crazy now. I love these websites that they have, though. Look how nice this looks. So these are like the other new cards that we don't know about. And this is like the entire set. Thank God we're getting our boy, the Rock Golem. Thank God we're getting him. What would we do without him? What would we do without Cyber Shark? That's not even Cyber Shark. I don't even know what this card is. I thought that was Cyber Shark, but it's very much not Cyber Shark. Yay, more dragons. But dragons are cool. Dragons aren't like my favorite type, but like I still enjoy a good dragon deck. Just saying. Yeah, that's kind of it for the OCG new stuff. There is, however, this. This is the breakdown for Japanese tournaments at the moment. So the big blue section is this one here. This bit is Black Chaos. So this is Ritual Chaos, Chaos Ritual. Not too surprising, it's still here. What is quite nice though is that even though this is very obviously the best deck, it's not dominating this pie chart, right? There are still very much a bunch of other decks that are still putting up a fight. They're still doing okay. They're not quite Chaos Ritual, but they're up there. And then this big red bit here, this is Outerverse. So Masochist will probably be very happy about that. Outerverse being like a big antagonist deck being up here is also pretty cool. Then Cyber Dragon is actually this yellow section, which is quite exciting. And then Plasmatic Model, followed by Harpy Ladies. So there is like a bit of diversity going on, which is actually quite nice. Because this is data compiled 1 week after the release of the latest set. So this is currently what the meta looks like. And it's like a pretty good hero over there. You can see that just because it's in English. Have you seen the Dark Matter builds? So cool. I mean, you could put Dark Matter in anything though, right? That's the thing with Dark Matter, is it's just kind of put it anywhere and it's just a good engine you can just slap on any deck. It's kind of busted. So one other thing that we did have recently, and this is kind of important because obviously we're having our worlds. We're having the Duel Links and Master Duel and TCG. We're having worlds in less than 2 weeks. But someone else had their worlds recently. So the Pokemon World Championships just finished. And it was extraordinarily successful. This is like their recap video. And I don't know, man. I really wish that our worlds could look like this. Now, obviously, it's hard to compare Pokemon to Yu-Gi-Oh, right? Because Pokemon is like the largest company, or like the largest like grossing company, like one of the biggest in the world, right? They make so much money. It's so popular. It's like a worldwide phenomenon. Everyone knows what Pokemon is, right? If we skip past all like the faffy bits, we can get into like the actual. But like, this looks like it's so much fun. They make a big event out of it, right? You get so many people all crammed into this like big ass warehouse. Everyone looks like they're having a great time. And then like, when you look at worlds that last year that we had for Yu-Gi-Oh, it was like the back rooms, right? Everyone was in like dark space. They had that like, that one little bit where it was like an arena with like the drum for like the final day. And that like kind of looked okay. But for the most part, like the venue was very small. They didn't allow anyone in to spectate. Now, hopefully, they're going to rectify that a bit this year. But both the last 2 years, Yu-Gi-Oh! Worlds has been very disappointing from like a spectator, from an event perspective. So I'm really hoping it gets better, but they are more rich than Yu-Gi-Oh! Company, so yeah. But the thing is, it shouldn't be a matter of money, really, right? Because all you have to do, I suppose, like renting out a venue, I guess there is a money factor or a monetary factor, but like you can charge people entry, like that's not the end of the world. It doesn't dark matter where you use them. They are just busted. True. But yeah, I don't know. I would just really like to see Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, it's never really going to reach like these levels. But like, I can't play the audio. Well, I could play some of the audio, but they have their own custom song for worlds as well. Like, they have their own, like, I don't know, like, unique song for this, which is kind of insane. Pressure makes diamonds, boys. To the back rooms we go, Yugi Bros. Yeah, that's the... I would just really like for Yu-Gi-Oh! We don't have to match this, but like just get closer to this, right? And again, I'm hoping that because they are allowing spectators in for this year of Worlds, hopefully the quality will increase somewhat. And that's just kind of what we're hoping for. Like, fingers crossed. But like, you never know. You never really know. Alright. I mean, we don't need to watch all of this. This is just like, it was just a thought, a feeling, an opinion. We're going to see if this is working. We don't know if this is working. We're going to see if this works. Actually, saying that, I don't want to play this deck. Alright, I don't know what deck we've queued up with. But we're going to play some games either way. What deck have we queued up with? This would have been something I was just like auto-dueling with. It looks like we're playing Light Galaxy. I think we might be playing a meme build of Light Galaxy though. YCS events have more hype than world events most of the time. Hearing crowds scream for their teams. Yeah. Was working for me just recently. It should work. The bug that you can't even enter the duel arena. I see. That's a hand. That's certainly a hand. This is lagging a little bit, I've noticed. Right, no delay. That's not ideal. I mean, we're probably gonna go Galactiara Eve. That was weird. I think the game might be struggling a little bit, guys. We'll put this on top. Do we activate this? It doesn't threaten lethal. We still have that to protect us. It makes it really difficult for him to actually deal with this board, so maybe we will do this. Don't need that. We'll go to battle. No delays whatsoever. Put him down to 300. He's probably got 2 back row hate. Like, he's probably going to flip over Ghost Cyclone, Ghost Cyclone. That'll be my expectation. Right, Ghost Cyclone 1. Goodbye, Shiny Shady. Ghost Cyclone 2? Oh, no Ghost Cyclone 2. Why are you fusion summoning a spell? I'm trying to fusion summon my ghost... Wait, what's even the card called? Storm? Galactiara Storm? Galactica Storm? Galaxy Storm. Either way, it's at the bottom of my deck. Listen, right? Duel Links is made by a small indie company, okay? Yo, is that Seven's Road Sorcerer? Yo, is that... If he actually just popped one of my back rows and just won the 50-50, that feels so bad. Especially since the other one's fusion, I can get it back with Extra Plora. Universal Stone. Thank you, Hikaru. Always appreciate the input. Oh, we got a fusion back here, haven't we? That's why we're not using them. Oh, okay. So what are the back row then? I mean, it could be XQE riding. Absolutely could be riding. Riding doesn't do a lot for you, though. He had a card in hand, so... Oh, Avarice is one of them. I see. Okay. I know 3 cards, and they are all Galaxy related, so glad I could be of help. I mean, you know, if you have a niche and you could fill it, why not, eh? Why not? Right, we're setting a monster. Gonna go combat. I mean, and then he's gonna give up. I mean, we'll take it. We'll take it. I wasn't, like I said, we weren't actually planning to play Galaxy. But there it is. I literally haven't played a game since we got to Thingy as well. The question is, what do we actually want to play? We just want to play a couple games. We don't have to do anything like insane. Can play some baseball. I do just like baseball. I don't really know the best way to build this. It's like, do we either go all in on Inferno or we just don't? Like, those are the options. What I could do is take these out and then put some trap cards in. Like, we have a limit 1 in here at the moment, so this. Try this. See if this works. Let's see. Let's play a game with baseball. See how it does. Oh, we're gonna be having ads again soon. Oh, Twitch, you're so greedy. So greedy, Twitch. But yeah, I am very much looking forward to Worlds. I'm curious to see what people bring. I'm actually really curious to see what they announce. I think that's most of the hype for Worlds is going to be like, what possibly could they announce? What is their big thing going to be? Because they have to announce something, right? What are they doing instead of a world? If we're getting a new world, what world is it going to be, right? Those are the sort of things they're going to have to cover. But like theoretically, we'll be getting the... They could drop the Tiger Box at Worlds. It'd be a bit weird, but they could do that. Like, and this Tiger Box is out now, right? But I think it's probably more likely they release it just before Worlds. Which then makes it a bit weird for like what you announce for Rush. Oh boy. You're gonna bring back... Oh, you can't, because that one can only bring back Bill Dragon. We can use that. Grab another dragon. Can't use that. I mean, we could. If I grab a dragon and the field spell, I could put the field spell back. Then that doesn't help me. Use that to get a body back. Summon that. Okay, let's try this. We'll go... So we revealed this. I need a dragon, so we'll grab this one. We'll get 2 bodies back. So then it's like, do we want to summon that? Or I could just put that in the bin. We're going to have to send a card to the bin. So why not send Home Run Hitter, I guess? We'll go 1, 2. We'll send Home Run Hitter. We'll drop Pressure, just to like get rid of this board. And get this hand empty, so I don't really need any of these cards. I have to send a monster to the graveyard, which I don't need to do. But I mean, this guy's stats are fine as well, right? So... I could just summon out a 2,000 guy in attack, or I could summon out a 1,000 guy in attack, or I could just set. I think I'm actually quite happy to just not attack. Because by doing this, I have this card in hand ready for next turn, so I can just use the effect again. I already have the graveyard set up. I mean, there was probably a way better play I could have done there, realistically. If I grabbed a field spell and just ignored that entirely, I would have needed to have 3 in the graveyard, so I would have had to send... I would have had to send 2. Nah, yeah, there was a way better play I could have made there. Way, way better. I got, like, tunnel visioned on Dragonic Pressure for, like, no reason at all. But it's fine. It's whatever. Last time I was hyped for an announcement like this, they announced some random OCG tournament in the Tokyo Dome, so my hopes are, like, super down. I mean, that's a shame. Okay. I mean, I guess we'll do this now. Reveal this again, because he knows I've already got it. I guess we'll grab these. There's no real reason to hold on to much of this. It comes down to, like, how many bodies are we going to need? We don't actually need many bodies. We'll just send this. Alright, we'll tribute these, and we'll see if he flips down. Okay, he's got his little delay. Right, he's going to use Shady here, which is, like, fine. Because now we can tribute over it if we want to, which we're probably going to do. We'll summon Zubaba. Tribute both. summon the Fire Dragon. Activate Furthest Fire Stadium. Activate Secret Order. If we'd gone for that 1000 attack, we would have actually been able to threaten lethal here. Like, this already does threaten lethal because of the field spell. I forgot about the field spell. 27 go! 34 go! Nice. I mean, we'll take it. We will 100% take that. Oh, I like baseball. It's a shame though, right? Because our opponent was just playing Worm. Obviously, because they're probably playing the new Phantasm Spiral Dragon. So it is what it is. Whooping! True. Always whooping. I mean, we'll take the win. Absolutely take the win. Right, let's get one more game in. I definitely want to get at least one more game in. Let's see what our opponent's going to be on this time. We've actually played... I mean, it was Spellcaster first, which is, like, very generic. But then Worms was quite interesting. But again, I think it's just because of the new Phantasm Spiral Dragon. So maybe it's not that exciting. We're against... Okay, is this just going to be Heroes? No, it's actually Dark Galaxy. Okay, okay, okay. We might have a game here. We might have a game. We're not even in COG. Yeah, I mean, we haven't been playing, like, pretty much at all. This is pretty good. I mean, do we go for, like, the big push? There's no point in going for, like, the piercing play, realistically. I don't really like just doing nothing. But even if he is just going to OTK us, I think we're better off just, like, doing a thing. We definitely want this. We probably want a normal summon. We'll grab Zubabar. If we want to do the whole play, it has to be you... and you. We'll then summon. Tribute 1. Tribute 2. Activate Feverous Spirit Stadium. Activate Grand Slam. 1, 2, 3. Summon out Home Run Hitter. Summon out Zubabar. 1900! We'll take that. So I would expect this is going to be tier thing. So as long as he doesn't get 3 of the same attribute. I mean, so the way this works is if he gets 3 monsters, we're going to be taking a lot of damage. The question is, does he have the ability to summon... Okay, there's 3 monsters. So he takes back Requiem. If he has the Chrysaor, and he just can, like, summon monsters in every other slot, oh no, we are absolutely cooked. We are absolutely cooked. The thing is, we didn't want to play around it, because, like, it's super lame to play around this. Because, like, if we just have 1 monster set on the field, we have to end our turn with, like, 3 cards in hand. And that's really not great. So, like, we could have set 3, but then it basically invites the exact same outcome. Although, if he doesn't have Chrysaor, then we're completely fine. I think he's got Chrysaor, you know. I think he might have Chrysaor. If he just has, like, double Requiem, like, we're fine. The issue is if he Chrysaors, he's almost certainly going to have 3 monsters, because his entire deck should just be monsters. Yeah, that's Chrysaor. Yeah, so we are giga dead. But again, was there a way to live this? If we set 1 monster, he could just make this board anyway, right? The difference is that the equip spell would probably go on Requiem instead. Best case scenario, we have a 2000 defense, right? So he goes up to 34 still. 34 attacks over 14. Then we take 4000. Well, no, because he would have had this as well, right? So 4,000... Wait, how are we not dead? Do we actually have enough to just survive that? I'm confused as to how we're not dead, but we'll take it. Unfortunately, this hand does nothing. Yeah, that's a bit disappointing. 2 attacks of Chrysaor. Was it only 2? Oh yeah, he sent Void Corridor. That's how we survived. I mean, regardless, we can't do anything because of this hand, though, right? We needed one of our 2000 defenders. If we could turn the skill on, we could just, like, pop off here. But we can't, so... I mean, we'll play it out, but we're dead, right? Like, our win con is that he fucks up and just tribute summons a guy. All he has to do is just go to combat and he wins. That's all he has to do. Yeah, straight to combat. Yeah, we're just dead. We lost to cheese. It feels bad, but it is what it is. I mean, again, I don't actually... I mean, maybe we misplayed. Again, the best thing we could have done, like, and played around the Chrysaor, would have been set 2, tribute 2, summon that in defense. I think that would have left us on 13. No, it would have left us on less than 1,000. I think it leaves us on 900. So, like, we could have guaranteed survived, gone back to our turn. We also could have guaranteed that we had a 2,000 defender in our hand. Maybe that was the play then. Alright. We might as well go again. I don't think it's worth doing Reverse Masochist, because there's, like, so little time left for the stream. Yeah, I think maybe... Yeah. I don't know if it would have mattered overall. I think we were just destined to lose that one, but I think there was a slightly better play we could make. Jesus, this hand. Okay. Well, maybe we just won't die. Maybe we just won't die. Maybe there is just a world in which we don't get absolutely destroyed. Man, if we'd opened just one of our 3 traps, I'd be feeling like reasonably okay about this, but this is pretty yikes. Which, if he summons Strange... Oh my god, Strange... So we've opened, like, a hard brick, and bro has opened, like, the best 7th hand available. Like, if he just activates Pot of Greed here, just to, like, show us that he has absolutely everything. I mean, we might just be dead. The rare 7's OTK. I mean, he needs another normal, but, like, him getting another normal should be, like, the easiest thing in the world, right? Yeah, there you go. That's a 1500 normal as well. I mean, this is lethal on its own. Because he's also managed to find the water. He's got 4 different attributes in Graveyard already. I mean, sometimes you get a hard brick. There's not really a lot you can do about that, but, like, it doesn't feel great. I can tell you that much. Alright, well, we've gotten all of our games done that we needed to do, but we'll just keep playing a few more, I think. We'll get a couple games done. Junie Sir Lord. Okay, interesting name, interesting name. Another spellcaster. I mean, this isn't like anything too surprising either. Just everyone playing spellcasters is pretty standard. We're going second, which means we can use the skill, but this hand is still not exactly ideal. Let's see what we get. We really need Grand Slam to, like, do any big plays, but, like, yeah, against this, it's really unlikely we're going to have anything meaningful. We just need to, like, get as many big bodies out. I mean, that's Grand Slam, and that will get us some big bodies out. So we need that, and we want probably that, actually. So I need to send you, and I need to send you. Alright, summon Umpire, see if there's a delay. No delay. Summon a Phoenix Dragon. Tribute 1. Tribute 2. Summon out Grand Slam. Activate Stadium. Activate Grand Slam effect. 1, 2, 3. Summon out Home Run Hitter. Summon out the very low defense is the only thing I'm really not a fan of with that. Okay, we got some good damage in there. There could have been 1400 defenders, so quite happy with that. There was the 1400. So this is like okay. We're not expecting this board to survive. I'm expecting him to just do the traditional, you know, Charmy plus Seven's Red Magician plus other guy and probably clear this entire board. But the whole goal is, if we just have enough points on the board that he can't just get a crap ton of damage in. That's our, like, overall goal. And it's fine. It's working out okay for us at the moment. The other thing is, because we were talking about anime earlier, I really want to keep watching more Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime. And what I'm thinking, because we were doing a Vrain's watch-along, and we were doing that on Tuesdays, but now Tuesday's not a good day for me. So what I'm thinking about is moving it to Wednesdays. So I haven't decided this yet. If I do, I'll post it on Discord. We might start doing the Vrain's watch-alongs again, starting tomorrow. But again, it'll depend if I'm free tomorrow. If I am free tomorrow, again, I don't want to, like, promise anything in case I, like, can't. But we might be doing Vrain's watch-along tomorrow in the Discord. I just destroy my field spell, you jerk. That's so rude. Okay, Roadstar comes down. He's already used the skill. And he added Fusion and Seven's Red Magician. So we'll activate Witch, discard, summon SRM, fuse into Charmy. I mean, again, this is all very standard. The question is what you can have left, because you got a plus off of the Alchemy, and you got a plus off of the Pot of Greed, which is like, let you just get so much advantage here. The other thing is, I want to do Zexal as well, because I haven't watched all. I've watched bits of Zexal. I haven't watched all of Zexal. So, like, I want to do the Zexal watch-along at some point as well. Brains watch-along. We can always do a Brains watch-along. Not Brains, dumb autocorrect. Are you just going to attack over that? Okay, so we're not going to take much damage here at all then. 11 there, 8 there, and then 0 there. Wait, oh yeah, you can't attack because you used Alchemy, you silly boy. So we can activate the skill first, if we want to specifically thin out the deck. We probably are doing that. So we'll reveal that we have this Volcano Attack Dragon. We'll grab these two. We'll send Volcano Attack Dragon on its own to the bin. We'll drop the Pog. And then we can just grab Grand Slam. Grand Slam brings that back. Or I could just activate 2 of those. I mean, Grand Slam attacks over that, that's fine. Alright, we'll do Phoenix Dragon. We'll activate Phoenix Dragon. Probably just discard this Phoenix Dragon. Or Phoenix Dragoon. We'll grab Grand Slam. Tribute 2 to summon. Activate the effect. 1, 2, 3. Bring this out. We'll drop Secret Order. We'll summon the one from Grave. We'll set. Set. Go to battle. So I'll swing this over this. I mean, there's no way to have lethal here, right? Because that's 27. So we'll attack over this. And then we'll attack over this. And even if he changes them to defense, they're still going to have 2,000 defense each, which means we only take 800 from a Charmy. The scary thing he could do is summon out... I mean, please don't go Cyclone my back row. I like having my back row. The scariest thing he could do is, like, summon out Paladin? Like, double Paladin would be horrific. Actually, we might just die to a Paladin. If he goes, like, 4,800 Paladin... No, he'd need, like, double Paladin. Like, double Paladin... Even Paladin Charmy, I don't think kills us. I'm pretty sure it needs to be double Paladin. Into the B-Rains! True. Real and true. Hello, Dr. Alex. Welcome, welcome. Hello, hello. TSA? You're not wrong. TSA would be rough. But he'd have to then go... Paladin plus TSA, which is still quite difficult to do. Oh, how big is this going to be? Well, it's not going to be over 6,100, so we're not dead. But now, what do? You can't leave Home Run Hitter. Oh, because Home Run has to send level 4s, so you could absolutely leave Home Run Hitter. I need to find another Home Run Hitter. I mean, that works. So that's going to be 44, but we don't have the field spell, so it's only going to be 4,000. Which means I want to use this. I mean, he's only on 13, right? So let's just... Yeah. I'm going to bring back my dragon. Go get him, champ! Woo! Just master the game, yeah. It would have been a little bit awkward, though. Because if he had... Because we didn't have a way to recycle the field spell. So... we couldn't just search it, and we only play one copy in this build. Which would have made things a little bit dicey. Because obviously if we had the field spell, we just got the 44. We just attack over the 42, easy peasy. But in that case, we needed to use the pressure. Which, like, isn't... it's not the end of the world. I mean, we did draw it, and we did just naturally draw 3 dragons as well, which helps. Another spellcaster. Oh, that's not spellcaster. So this is probably hero? Okay. Oh my god, we opened a trap. This is the first time we've opened a trap. I mean, I guess we do this, and then we'll pass. Magnum Overroad! I mean, we know it's not that, because he's got an archive skill, but... I appreciate the enthusiasm. I mean, there's Pog. Right. Activate the skill. Reveal Home Run. We grab this. And... I don't really need more low levels, right? Andrew, it could be helpful. Let's just grab this. We are just going to send Home Run Hitter to the graveyard. We want him there for the future anyway. We'll then drop Pog. There's Grand Slam. Is nice. Now it'll come down to, like, has he got the out? What we could do is flip this, use the effect. I don't need this in my hand. Right now it's in my hand, basically. Just to be the skill target for next turn. I also don't need this either. Right, we'll send this. That doesn't really change much. Right, now we will tribute 2. We'll see if he has the Shady. I'm guessing he's probably got Shady, but we want to force it if he has. No Shady. Okay. A Grand Slam, 1, 2, 3. Probably saw 2 this week. Could be hero. I'm expecting this to be hero. Like, that's what would, like, that make the most sense, but, like, you never really know, do you? We didn't discard 2, so we're not going to have piercing. What? Is this going to be Music Princess's recital? It's actually Music Princess's recital. Okay. What skill are you playing? Negate attack slime? Oh, it's just focus. Yeah, we know it couldn't be that because it didn't go off on the first one. The delay was only on the second attack. I mean, I guess we'll activate the skill. I'll send these 2. That way we can at least get the piercing. Okay, so now he has a regular ass trap. What is it, widespread? It is widespread. Okay, I mean, nothing changes. It's all still the same. So we can use the skill next turn and bring it back again, which is kind of nice. DM spellcast. It could be DM, actually. That's not a bad shout. This absolutely could be DM. That would be so annoying, actually, because if he summons Dark Magician, we can't flip it down. And then he could activate Dark Magic Attack. I will allow this. Mr. Craft the Drone. Oh my god, it's Magnum Overlord! It's Magnum How did you know? How did you know, United? How did you possibly figure that out? Alright. We'll go Baseball Rush Duel again. Reveal this. I don't need to take 2. Let's just grab the 1. And then we'll send these 2. We already had 2 in our hand? No, we don't. Having 1 engrave is nice, but, like, it's also just not required at all. Summon out the boy. Go to battle. Swing. We absolutely should not have swung with that one first. Alright, we'll swing with this one in case it's a recital again. Alright. We might have to check this guy's deck. We might have to check this guy's deck. It says only maximum. He probably has 2 pieces. Keeps summoning 2. And we'll take a look. We'll take a look at what he was cooking. I want to know what the skill was. Has anyone got any prediction on what they think the skill he was playing was? Does anyone have any thoughts, feelings, and opinion as to what archive skill he could be playing with Magnum Overlord? Probably, because even the one that sends vanillas to graveyard, why would you play that, though? I guess becomes the next question. Like, in my mind, I'm like, well, you could play the Sky Emperor skill. The one that gives you the spell card that lets you flip a monster. But that's not an archive skill. It's just a skill that all the maximum users get. Lower deck size? I mean, I suppose. Legend Draw. One of the cards for your normal draw will be a legend monster. Do we think that Bro thought he could search Pot of Greed with this? Because right now this skill is doing literally nothing, so... I mean, it just goes to show, doesn't it? Just goes to show. Oh my god, I've just realised someone is online. So that is going to be it for us today, because we have kind of reached the end. But what we are going to do is we are going to send a raid over to Hikari Sis. Because Hikari is streaming, and Hikari doesn't usually stream at these times. Also, the ad's about to start, so I'm going to say my goodbyes now. We might, again, be doing the watch-along tomorrow. If we do, I'll post it in the Discord. If not, we'll be back on Thursday, where we will be doing more Rush shenanigans. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye!
I can play this. I think there are too many monsters. Not gonna lie.